Honorable members, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, prayers. Almighty God, we humbly beseech thee to look with favor upon this Youth Impact Parliament. Grant that it may perform its high duty as in thy sight. Give divine guidance to the Executive Director of Youth Impact Movement. Endow members of Parliament in discernment and vision, integrity and courage, that through the labors of this Youth Parliament, the interests and wishes of members may be well and truly served, and thy good purposes for the common human life be realized in our midst. O God, grant us a vision of this Youth Parliament, fair as it might be, a fraternity of righteousness, where none shall wrong his neighbor, a fraternity of plenty, where evil and poverty shall be done away with, a fraternity of brotherhood, where all success shall be founded on service, and honor shall be given to the deserving. A fraternity of peace, where the Youth Parliament shall rest on the will of its members, and the love for the common good. Bless the efforts of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality. Inspire and strengthen our people, that they may give time, thought, and sacrifice to speed the day of the coming duty of Youth Impact Parliament, Ghana, and Africa. Amen. Amen. Honorable members, you may resume your seats. Honorable members, I hope you all have the order paper. Now we are in the digital era, so we are no more printing. The order paper has been shared on the WhatsApp platform. Kindly go there and you can access it. So we'll move to item 2, communication from founders. Please, have you all spotted the order paper? Yes. Okay. Communication from founders. Upcoming 3rd Parliamentary sitting, which is actually in session today, the 15th of October 2023, at Home Municipal Assembly Hall. And in our midst is our guest speaker, Miss Justine Akosua Deku. Yeah. And at my right side is our guest of honor, Honorable Stanley Nevis. Yeah. Honorable members, we are also, after their session, we'll also be prepared to debate the motion that spells out that government humanitarian agencies and NGOs should prioritize breast cancer awareness campaigns, which reflects our commitment to impactful change. As founders, we encourage founding connections and innovative ideas to elevate our mission. Thank you very much for your dedication to YIP, and let's shape a brighter future. Honorable members, we'll move to item 3 on the other paper, communication from the Speaker. Honorable members, as we approach the 3rd Parliamentary sitting, which is today, it is essential to note that we have to take a moment to reflect on the core principles that guide our actions and the affirmative action, particularly in the context of promoting female leadership, that has been the integral part of our parliamentary agenda. I am pleased to report that the Committee on Selection has been dedicated to that cause, leading to the appointment of several talented females to key committee leadership positions. Furthermore, we have embraced the spirit of innovation by introducing fresh faces into committee leadership roles, providing them with an invaluable experience and opportunities to contribute to the collective growth of this community. It is overwhelming to note that about 80% of the House will have an opportunity to serve in these committee leadership roles. That is a chance for them to lead, bolstering their leadership capacity. I also anticipate the presentation to be made by our guest speaker, who is to educate us on breast cancer, AIDS, issues, matters arising, and of course, matters that we need to be informed of in order to avert diseases that might come out of breast cancer. And also, with us, a very experienced, honorable, my senior in academia and politics, who has served in various leadership roles, an advocate for youth leadership, who has never missed an opportunity to promote the young ones. He is here with us. Finally, to inspire us, share his experiences, and from whatever he will tell us, inspire us for greater and better things for us to do with our lives. He has been through a lot, and the best people to learn from are people who have gone through toil and all the things that anyone can go through. Our guest of honor, Sir Stanley, we are glad to have you in our midst today. Welcome. Honourable members, in light of this, as you know, the institutions that are in the Volta region, majority of our members are students in these institutions, and they form actually a significant number of us, and that will actually contribute to low attendance for our October, November, and December sittings. In light of that, I want to inform the House that I wish for us to relax the rules, thereby to allow me not to refer anyone to the Privileges Committee until January next year. And also, for the youth MPs who failed to take their oaths, I would like to plead to the House for us to relax the rules until January, and if they don't turn up by January, that is when their appointments will be revoked. So I want to draw the attention of the House to that. Let us approach this session with a sense of purpose, open-mindedness, and a resolved commitment of creating an inclusive and diversifying parliamentary environment. Together, we can continue to inspire positive change. Your understanding and support in these matters are crucial as we continue to foster harmonious and effective parliamentary discussions. Please feel free to share your thoughts, concerns, and suggestions with me with respect to these proposals at the right time. I thank you. Honourable members, we move to item 4, Business Committee Report. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, today being the 15th of October, where we are having our 3rd parliamentary sitting. As being stated earlier, we have some special guests among us in the person of Honourable Stanley, Nevis, and then Miss Justine, Akosua, Deku, who are going going to take us through some powerful discussions, and then after which we are going to officially introduce ourselves, and then we move to the official report on the hazard and report of committee on selection. Mr. Speaker, then we move to the general debate of the day, where we are going to debate on the motion government, humanitarian agencies, and NGOs should patronize breast cancer awareness campaign, of which the majority is going to go for the motion, and the minority will go against the motion. So this is the business of the day. Thank you very much.
Honourable members, any input on the report? I want to draw to your attention that the official reports on the rules and proceedings are not ready. Therefore, item 11 and 12 will be deferred to the 4th sitting in November. So that is for your attention. Honourable members, are there any other inputs? In the absence of any inputs, the business committee report presented by the majority leader for today's business for the 3rd sitting of the 1st session of the 3rd Parliament of Youth Impact Parliament Ghana, dated Sunday 15 October 2023, is hereby adopted as business to be transacted for today. Honourable members, we will now move to item 5 from the order paper. It is now time to hear from our guest speaker, Ms. Justine Akosua Deku, who is a breast cancer awareness advocate and a student nurse.
Good afternoon. My name is Justine Deku. I'm a student nurse of school nursing training. And this afternoon, I'm here to talk about breast cancer. We'll talk about the definition of breast cancer, some causes of breast cancer, preventing measures of breast cancer, and then the importance of raising awareness. So, first of all, breast cancer is a growth of abnormal tissues in the breast, and is the second most common cancer diagnosed in women. The first most common cancer diagnosed in women is the skin cancer. So breast cancer is the second most common diagnosed cancer in women. And due to its awareness, using platforms such as these, the survival rate for breast cancer has increased. And although most at times women suffer from breast cancer, men can also suffer from breast cancer as well. I would like us to talk about some of the signs and symptoms of breast cancer. So first of all, when someone has breast cancer, you first notice a lump in the breast. And aside that, there will be pain in the breast when it gets to the advanced stages. There can also be discharges in the breast. And also the shape of the breast can change. The size can also change, and the texture can also change, leaving it with a texture like an orange-like look of the breast. The nipple of the breast can also be inverted, and also there can be dimpling on the breast, of which is not normal. So whenever someone notices any of these abnormal changes in the breast, the person should quickly get to the hospital, because getting to the hospital will help the doctors know what to do and also can increase the survival rate for breast cancer. Now I want us to talk about the stages of breast cancer. Breast cancer just doesn't come at once. It starts small. There are 5 stages when it comes to breast cancer. The first stage is the stage O. At this stage, the cancer cells appear in the breast tissues, and then they form a small lump. It's normally below 2 centimeters. When then this lump are formed, it gets to a point, this lump can also, when this lump, when this lump is formed, and then the person gets to the hospital early, and then it is detected, the person can be able to survive because the lump can be removed. Now, the second stage of breast cancer, which is the stage 1, at this stage, the lump has increased to about 2 centimeters or more. And this one, it is multiplying. First, like I mentioned, the stage O, it's small, about 2 centimeters or less. But now it's more than 2 centimeters. It starts to multiply. And then it gets to a point to get to the lymph nodes, the axillary region, and even gets to other parts of the body. Now, the stage 3, at this point, the cancer cells begin to multiply more than usual. The person starts to see the signs and symptoms more. And then it gets to the lymph nodes and even the skin or the chest walls. But normally when the person comes to the hospital at this stage, survival rates can be about 88%. Still something can be done. But when it gets to the 4th stage or the last but 1 stage, this point, the cancer cells are spread to almost all these parts of the body. And then when the person comes to the hospital, it's either part of the breast tissue is removed or cut off, or the person can also undergo chemotherapy. Now, the final stage of breast cancer, when it gets to this stage, it means it has spread to other parts of the body. It's not only the breast or the breast wall or the chest wall. It has gotten to other parts of the body. And when it gets to this stage, survival rate is normally low. That's why the public has been advising, or the health institutions or the health agencies have been advising people to always report abnormalities early, because whenever abnormalities are reported early to the hospital, something can be done and then the person can survive. But when the cancer stage gets to either the 3rd or the 4th stage, normally it's difficult for the person to survive. Now one may ask, what are some of the causes of breast cancer? Some of the causes of breast cancer are obesity. That's one cause. And also family history. Let's assume your mother, your sister, or your auntie has once suffered from breast cancer. The possibility of you suffering from breast cancer is very high. Also, certain lifestyles, such as excessive smoking and excessive drinking of alcohol, all these can expose you to getting breast cancer. Also, prolonged use of contraceptives can also expose you to getting breast cancer. Now, how can we prevent breast cancer? Or what are some ways by which we can reduce the risk of breast cancer? Having healthy diets always helps prevent breast cancer, and also exercising regularly, avoiding high intake of alcohol, avoiding exposure to harmful chemicals, and also regularly going for medical checkup. Most of us, we don't normally go for a regular checkup, but at this point we are being advised to regularly or routinely go for medical checkup, so that whenever there's an abnormality, they can be able to detect it early, and then we can be able to get treatment. Also, weight control. When we are able to control our weight, it helps to also prevent breast cancer. Now, October is the month of breast cancer awareness, and one may ask, what are some of the importance of creating awareness? When breast cancer awareness is done, it helps people to know about the condition and also report any abnormality they experience to the hospital. When this is done, the survival rate for increases. And also creating awareness on breast cancer also helps people to avoid certain behaviors that expose them to the risk of breast cancer. Now, how do doctors diagnose breast cancer? Breast cancer can be diagnosed by 3 ways. First, it can be done by routine checkup. So whenever I mentioned, whenever there's an abnormality, you visit the hospital, is detected early, and then something can be done for you. Aside that too, it can be done through ultrasound scan and also biopsy. Biopsy is when they take a tissue, a little tissue from the breast or any part of the body, and then it's sent to the lab for analysis. When this is done, they can be able to detect the extent to which the cancer has spread to, and then know how to manage it or treat it. Now, some treatments, when someone has breast cancer, they can use chemotherapy to treat you, the use of chemicals to treat the condition. They can also use surgery, and with this, it can be done by either removing the lump, that is from the beginning stage, where the lump has been detected, or at the advanced stage, they can decide to take away the entire breast. And also, radiation therapy can also help to treat breast cancer. Now, it's not always a situation whereby when the person feels there's a lump in the breast, it is breast cancer. Not at all. Sometimes when there's a lump in the breast, it's not necessarily cancerous. That's why it has been advised that whenever there's a lump, you should get to the hospital for the doctors to check and see what's really going on. And like I mentioned, breast cancer doesn't really affect women. Men also can suffer from breast cancer. So whenever October is approaching and then women are going for screening, men as well can also go for screening. Whenever they feel any pain or there's any lump somewhere, they feel something unusual, they can also get to the hospital and then they'll be checked. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, our guest speaker, for a brilliant presentation. We'll take the questions and answers after the presentation of our guest of honor. So please. So write your questions down so that you don't forget. I only have a lot of questions. From this session, I have been really educated. Although it was short, it has been very informative. Ms. Justine, Akosua, Deku, that was a brilliant presentation. Thank you very much. We'll still engage you. You know very well. We're doing a virtual session with you. Yeah, so we'll be doing please practicals completely not allowed. Yes, but we'll be having another virtual session with you later. Yes, so thank you very much for the presentation. Please, honor members, write your questions down so that you don't forget them. Write your questions down so that you don't forget them. Honor members, we move to item 5, which is the presentation from our guest of honor. At this point in time, I'll invite my senior, Honorable Stanley Nevis Glate, to now approach the podium and speak to us.
Good afternoon once again. And it is my pleasure to be part of this wonderful gathering of young minds. Yes, I'm not a health expert to speak on breast cancer. But of course, we are all stakeholders, and of course, the men here are better stakeholders in this breast cancer campaign. And I feel that this is the right forum for such issues to be addressed. Because yes, research has it that young men between the age of 18 and 30 come into interface with breast than the older generations. Talk about issues of detection and prevention. These are the people who are excessively interfacing with breast and can quickly, easily detect the symptoms at an early stage. And of course, for early treatment. I'm also happy for this very initiative to shape the young mind and to redirect our step and focus towards governance. And when we talk about governance, we are talking about governance that will eliminate change, that will take away darkness out of the governing process and ensure that the transparency we so desire is instilled in the young man right from the days of formation, so that the main problem within our society, and of course in Africa, and for that matter Ghana, which is leadership paralysis, will be taken away should the young generation come to take the affairs of this state. Catch them young and they will always stick to the plan. That is why it saddens my heart that at our young stage that we are to demonstrate that practicality of transparency in governance. I still hear issues of embezzlement with our SRC resources. I hear issues of financial malpractice and malfeasance. I know that if this trend continues, there will be no hope for us come tomorrow. The only way we can achieve this is for us to exercise restraint and our eagerness to show opulence, our desire and haste to amass certain things at our younger age. It is the only way when we eschew greed, and I believe that the Youth Impact Parliament can make this their foremost goal, so that greed and unnecessary desire and insatiable demands for material things will not drive us from our foremost goal. A goal that promises Ghana that there can be a day where our governance structures will be free from these things that takes us backward than forward. I want to appreciate the members, and I also want to encourage you that in your debate, take away emotions. Take away emotions from your debate. Let us engage in constructive criticisms. Let's engage in an exercise of intellectuality, and let's use this platform to display our intellectual rather than unnecessary and indiscriminate manifestation of emotions and personal aggrandizement. I also believe that something you have started little can manifest to become a model that we can emulate as far as governance into the near future is concerned. Having said this, I want to come back to the leadership of the House that let us ensure, I learned to have about 20 female reps in the House. But as I stand here, I'm finding it difficult to even count 5. And even the 5 I'm finding difficult to count are not members who will actively participate in the debate of the House, especially now that we have a wonderful motion before the House, we have a wonderful agenda before the House which concerns our women. And of course, I am emphasizing on the women because they are the highly affected. When she said men also suffer risks of breast cancer, you thought it's a joke. It's not a joke. In fact, in 2011, 421 men died out of as a result of breast cancer in the United States. I don't know the Ghana record now, but men also suffer breast cancer. And apart from skin cancer, breast cancer is one of the cancerous issues we must all try to avoid. And at our age, the point that I'm much more interested in is our lifestyle. What if it will be as a result of our lifestyle? Let's do everything possible. Our lifestyle, excessive drinking, alcoholism, smoking, let us eschew it. That is why in the evening when I drive around Ahoy and I get to Mother's Inn, I feel sad for our generation. I feel sad not because they don't have a freedom to enjoy their life, to enjoy their right as citizens of this country. No, but the freedom to abuse that right, leading to issues of health that we may suffer in the future. They may not feel it today, but of course, breast cancer is a patient sickness. Patient in the sense that it waits patiently until at times when you get to your advanced state, that is where it will manifest. And at that stage, there is something to be done. I visited the Kodzi hospital and I saw them. At times, the best way to teach people the practical realities of life is to let them have an experience with this reality. When we take you to the world and you see them, when you come back, nobody will tell you to eschew some of these tendencies. Let us ensure that we engage in healthy lifestyle that promotes our well-being. Even if we will die, we should not, and we must always pray to God to deliver us from diseases that will make us poor before our death. That should be our goal. And one of the sicknesses that can make you poor before your death is breast cancer. Let us reach out, because even as men who stand in that gap between the women and ourselves. Let's also know that we have sisters who might be adversely affected, even if you fail to give birth early. If you fail to give birth early as women, it also constitutes a risk factor not to give birth early. Constitutes, so we are giving birth from the age of 35, and to the ladies who still think they are young, let's be learning from some of these things, because by the time you realize it might be too late. And of course, let's engage in, when they talk about, when she mentioned the issue of the abuse of contraceptives, I know you know each other. You also are guilty of the abuse of the contraceptives. And of course, one thing that I would like to use this platform to share with us is the use of emergency pills, the excessive, not even excessive, the use of emergency pills. Oftentimes, it is the young men who buy. The young men who buy. I went to get some medicine at City Pharmacy around, I think beyond 9 p.m. So we're supposed to use the communication device they provided for buying in the night. You press the knob, the lady pick at the back, you speak. So I was sitting there with a young man. But he must buy before I ask. And he must speak. So he was watching me. I said, you can go. So you are point against you buy. You buy. And he pressed the button and said, I want emergency pill. And they asked which brand. And he also responded, which ones do you have? And they mentioned them with their prices. He said, so you give me the 50 CDs one. When the lady went to serve him, then he looked at me. Boss, it's hard. But I don't have a choice. Let me just do this so that next time when I'm prepared. Next time when I'm prepared. But you see, it is risking the life, the health of the girl. Because it's risking her life. That thing being swallowed into her system has multiple effects on her. Changes the hormones, alters the menstrual cycle, and puts her at risk of a disease like breast cancer. Let us go as wedding ambassadors of this breast cancer awareness, knowing that once we go to preach it, we also stand a chance of getting it. So once in a while, let's also press our small breast and see if there is a lump, so that we can start talking to the practitioners, to the professionals. And of course, whilst we are being encouraged to detect lumps, we also invite the ladies who play with our breasts to also help us detect our lumps. At the end of it all, I believe that this initiative is worthy of recognition. Let's put our soul in it. Let's ensure that we learn from the process. Let us not just see ourselves as a mere representatives of the Youth Impact Parliament, no, but as stakeholders, and of course, key stakeholders in shaping the agenda for a better governance in the future, using the youth as the sample. I know we can do it together. It is possible. Youth Impact Parliament can make it possible for us. Only if we believe in this dream, if we believe in this cause, if we believe in this agenda, and the Almighty God be with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Stanley, Nevis, for your brief presentation. For me, I have more questions for you, that because we want to hear more of governance inputs from you. We need your opinion and principles that you use to guide yourself and advise to be the youth. You have stated some, we want to hear more of them, so we surely extract that from you before you leave us. Honourable members, it is time for questions. The microphone will be made available. Please, when you have the opportunity to ask all your questions, please make them short. Make your questions short and direct. And if it's a general question, any of our guests can answer. But if it is a targeted one to a particular guest, you let us know. So, honourable members, it is time for questions. The floor is now open. You know the international signs. We'll start from the leader of the House, the majority leader. Please ask your questions.
All right, thank you very much. Please, I want to ask the lady that there has been this popular solution to breast cancer, which I was expecting her to say, but I have not heard it. Most of us believe that when they are sucking the breast, it prevents it from getting the cancer. I want to be sure of that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, remember to introduce yourself before you speak. Minority leader, your question.
All right. Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. I'm Hubert Agbaxode, Youth MP for Akatsi. Okay. My question goes to maybe the two of them, anybody that can answer it. Okay. So, per earlier educations that we had on this same breast cancer, I learned you had to, in detecting the lump, you have to check the breast with the whole circumference of the breast to check whether there is lump in it. Okay, so you standing like this, let's say you know different type of breasts, maybe some that are falling. Excuse me to say. Okay, so how that type of breast, how would they be able to detect the lump in the maybe standing, or the person lying down, or the person lying? How teachers let's respect that.
Thank you very much for the question. Next question. Okay, Vixen. Honourable Vixen. Let's hear your question.
Thank you, Stanley. My name is myself, Hubert for Hubert. I want to direct my question to Madam Akosua. She made mention about obesity can cause cancer, which means that eating late in the night, right? Or maybe too much intake of snack or drug experiment. Or if you are fat, right? Not necessarily. Okay, so I just want to know, because some people, especially say, we have some people who are fat with nutrients. Some people who are fat with useless fat, especially say, they take in what's the name? Starting every day by their fat. That's what I've been taught in school when I was doing BDT. That's the difference. So I want to know how my was falling into the cancer. Then you made mention about the weight. So that means if you're overweighted, you can get cancer. Isn't necessary to, if you're overweighted, you can get the cancer.
Okay, thank you very much.
Then the last one is to say, you made mention about governance. Looking at the way the constitution, because everything boils down to the constitution, until they change it, the problem still persistent. Looking at the age range for a person or as a Ghanaian to contest for presidency, about the age of 45, if I should get this contest. Now, as at the time you get to that 45 years, you are left 50 years for you to go on retirement. With the more reason why government retires civil servant at the age of 60. They believe that at that age, they will be able to do anything for themselves. By the end of the case, people go there about 78 years. Now that we are making young, we have the exuberance to work more. But now that we provide that, young people are yearning to take up position and take charge of certain things. But it's as if the condition has become a blockade to that one, and it's becoming worrisome. But if they should have brought the age to maybe 35 years, which would be reasonable, or 45 years, 15 years to your retirement. And it doesn't make any sense that such clause in the constitution that is moving most of the young people to do so. So I want your thoughts on that as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's take a question from, for the first part, let's take the last question from Ashaman MP. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I respond to Adam Usman, MP for Ashaman constituency. I want to ask our lady here. She made mention of regular checkups, and I want to ask what should be the time, because I learned that for visiting a clinic, it should be at least every 3 months. So I want to ask for breast cancer, do we have any time schedules or anything like that? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can I have the mic? So please, we'll be taking it session by session, and our guests will answer seated. And before we hear from the guest speaker to the guest of honor, I want to ask my question, and this is to our guest of honor. Honorable, we have this thing that we always see from our youth. They make promises, and we see that these are the kind of people we have. And when they get to we don't know which exact spirit that is in that office. They just change all of a sudden, become a totally different person. I want to find out from you, is there a spirit there that transforms them and after serving them, they become back to their source? I'm just curious whether power does really change.
Ask the question about if we are starting the breast. It's not very true. But rather, whenever you are manipulating the breast, whenever you are manipulating one thing, you get to know the thing very well. So whenever there is any abnormality, you know that no, this is not the usual thing used to manipulate. So what you ask is not entirely true. But whenever you are, let's assume you are married. So whenever you are so doing that helps you detect an abnormality, and it also helps you to know that no, what you are feeling is not the usual thing. So when it happens like that, you tell the person that what you are feeling is not how you used to feel it. There's something abnormal or unusual. So the person will go to the hospital, and then the person will see, or will get screened to get to know if there's really a problem. Sometimes, like I mentioned, some lumps are non-cancerous. So it's not all lumps that are cancerous or related to breast cancer. There might be other diseases. So you should get checked whenever there's an abnormality.
So it's good to
And please, my brother here asked a question about checking the breast. With that, it's mostly done when you are lying down. When the lady is lying down, so you put your hand. Let's assume you want to examine the left breast. Put your left hand behind your head whilst you lie down. And then you use the right hand to massage it in a circular motion. So you go either like this or like this. You won't start from the middle. So you go in a circular motion. As you are doing that, you can detect if there's any lump or if there's any pain that is not usual. And someone also asked about obesity. I can't really remember who asked about that.
I asked.
Yeah. So whenever someone is obese, obesity that is not all the time that's related to food. There are certain families that they are naturally obese. So would you say that those families should suffer breast cancer? No. So whenever somebody is obese, the person can't be able to exercise regularly. And not exercising regularly, it exposes you to a lot of diseases. Because you are not exercising regularly, blood is not flowing regularly, or it's not flowing well like how it used to. And also the chemical that we're able to get a chance to get into your body, you are not exercising enough and doing other stuff for it to come out. So it's like it's building up. Fat and other things are building up. Build up of fat leads or exposes you to other disease conditions. Not necessarily breast cancer, but other conditions.
And I asked about the weight.
Yeah, overweight. Overweight is more or less like obesity. Yes,
So, like you always said to us that you have to check your weight. So if you are losing your weight, that means there's something that you're not doing right to regain your weight. So that was the more reason I asked.
Oh, okay, for
That
the
was so.
Oh, okay. Losing weight is not necessarily about something being wrong. Some people like to lose weight. For instance, somebody is obese, and the person has made it a goal to lose weight. Let me say that's a positive side. But you can also be losing weight due to stress or due to some psychological problems, not necessarily related to food. So in a year, you can check for about, if it's about the screening, going to the hospital, it can be once or twice a year, going to the hospital. But if you can do your own at home, like I said, you put your hand behind your head, you lie down, and then you check in a circular motion. But now you can decide to do it, let's say, every month or every 2 months. It depends on you. But when it comes to the screening, you can decide to do it at least once a year or twice a year. But you can do your own at home, depending on how often you want to do it. The goal is to detect early. Early detection will save your life. When you detect early and it's either at the stage O or stage 1 or 2, the lump can be removed and it can help you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ms. Deku. Honorable.
So let me take the first question. The age to become president. When it comes to eligibility to become president of Ghana, it's not 45, it's 40. And this 40 is made clear under Article 62 of the 1992 Constitution. That's the criteria to become president. It's 40. We believe that at 40, you can exercise what we call control of dilemma and the exuberance and the eligibility to be able to take power. Of course, power in the hand of a child can be dangerous. Can be very, very dangerous. Unless that child has a determined heart. And of course, we can look at history to be able to shape us. The likes of Rawlings, the likes of Thomas Sankara, the likes of Patrice Lumumba. These are young guys who got their political aspirations shaped through Pan-Africanism, when they were imbibed with the notion that the only way you can serve your country and serve them right is to go socially inclined by identifying their needs and putting all your effort and the resources of the state available to solve those problems. And when such people get to the realms of affairs, you can see a great change. And of course, sadly, those people don't last long in power. There are two things here. They either don't even get there because the shackles of power and the grip around the throne will not permit them, or they get there but become victims of conspiracy. That is how it works. And of course, at times, the conspiracy is not far from them, their own close relatives, friends. Those of you know the story of Thomas Sankara, who killed him. It's his own bosom friend. That was used because the way he was going is not the way of the imperialists. The imperialists believe that Africa must still be under them. That is why Kwame Nkrumah made it clear that we cannot fight colonialism and pave way, open the door for new colonialism. The white man is scanning. You don't want me to be in your country, calling myself the prime minister, ruling you. Fine, but there are so many ways to kill a cat. I will be in my country, but I will still rule you and rule you efficiently. That is the bane of neo-colonialism, which Africans have not been able to fight. And that defines and of poverty, which is destroying our soul. And oftentimes, the young man now, in his attempt to get to the realms of power, thinks that they must throw virtues to the dogs and appraise mediocrity, self-idol worship, and of course, bootlicking together. So the young ones are ready to do everything for those old people in power so that they can give them the crowns from the table. Any young man who defies the odd must be given names and thrown out. That is a sad reality. That is why we are seeing an endless effort to a limitless fight against corruption in government. So, Mr. Speaker, it is not that there is a spirit in the office when you get there, then the spirit now manifests in you, not with the right thing. I don't subscribe to that. I will urge the House, I won't like you to do much of an academic exercise, but of course, I would like you to read an article by the Cyril et al. It's a 2012 article titled, "Does Power Corrupt or Enable?" I'll send the article to the speaker to put on the platform. Does power corrupt or enable? These are things we must think about. And I believe in the philosophical underpinning that power itself does not corrupt. Power itself does not corrupt. No. But it only reveals the magnitude of corruption inherent in the individual. So the individual has corruption in him, but only looking for the means for it to show. So the fact that you don't have it doesn't mean that the fact that you are not in power doesn't mean those in power are corrupt. And of course, this is the trend of our politics now. Because you are not in power, those in power are corrupt. When you get to power, you see things different. Now let me just give you this clear thing. The person who wrote to become president in this country on the belief and the confidence of Ghanaians, to the extent that for the first time in the history of Ghana, we have the middle class coming voluntarily. Usually the middle class don't come out to campaign, but you have the middle class voluntarily coming out to say that they want an incorruptible leader. And they feel that their choice in 2016 is the current president. Today, the same middle class has regretted that action. Let's learn from some of these things. Okay, then these are practical examples that we can experience. Someone can tell you that we are still on money, but we are hungry. When God helps, and he uses the name, when God helps him and he becomes president, all those things will become a thing of the past. Then he went ahead to tell us where the monies are. We are happy. We clap for him. Then the person gets to power, and we are seeing unprecedented levels of corruption. And of course, you cannot see any fight against corruption. Then when he is now about to exit office, instead of keeping his mouth shut, he opened his mouth wide and told us that, okay, I know we are in hard times, but the one who will come after me will come and visit. After 8 years. It's not a guess. No. Power doesn't corrupt, but the corruption is in the individual. He was only looking for an opportunity to embezzle. And of course, I tell you, we are still seated here. It takes the grace and the love for humanity to eschew the temptations and the pleasures of power. It takes the grace. And it takes the effort of a God-fearing. No wonder when Wallace left office, he had nothing of his own. We hardly see these kind of leaders. When he left office, he had nothing. Wallace had absolutely nothing on his own. Atamus left office, in fact, he even died in office with nothing. Today, the wife of Atamus is living a modest life. Go to Regiment Estate, she's there in the 2-bedroom that the husband bought from his ESB. Atamis has been one of the longest lecturers in Lagos. So the ESB he got, he used to buy a 2-bedroom house on a real estate. Even that one, the then opposition was something he used government money. Then audit shows that no, it was his ESB because the transaction was made directly from the bank, from the University of Ghana Treasury to the account of the real estate company. We hardly see this kind of leaders. And of course, as we are here, get there and we will know. That is why they say that power corrupts, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. People want the power so they can engage in corruption. And of course, we can look at leaders of the past who were so corrupt, and in order to shield their corruption, use tyranny. And I won't go elsewhere. Even in Africa here, Uganda is an example. Idi Amin. You can go to Congo. Congo was on the path of development. Those days, Kwame Nkrumah, Patrice Lumumba, they were on the path until the CIA and the dark forces of America removed him, dismembered his body using his own brother, Congolese brother, Mobutu Sese Seko. We do not want good people in power. Now let me share my own experience. It's not something that I always share, but I'll share with you as one's candidate. In my political pursuit, I realized two things. One is either you go in Africa, in Ghana, is either you go to the dark forces for success. That is one. And then you forever remain in their bondage. These are real things I'll share with you. Two, you either bow to someone higher in authority for his blessing, so he brings the money and puts you there, and then you are accountable to him or her. We call them the political funders. That is one. Today, the reason is that a young man is not having the way to exploit his political potential because one, he is not willing to bow to the dark forces or the godfathers. So you cannot have the way. We are praising and black one. We are praising and enjoying the lives. You know the success story? Because at the time they have a political leader who believed in the freedom of the youth being given the chance to explore political office at Nevis. So once he gave them that chance on the silver platter, they built on it, they utilized it, and today they are where they are. That is why he has the freedom to operate. He doesn't bow to anyone. No, there is no godfather. Because Atamus built them up, brought them in, built them up, resourced them. And Blackwater, Fifi Kwede and Co. Neil and Van der Boy, they were brought up. And given the chance that now this is the future, explore, planted. And you can see their success story. And I tell you, beyond them, I'm yet to see a young man who has emerged. I am yet to. Who has emerged and becoming an authority on his own. You will see it. And interestingly, one thing that saddens my heart is that when a young man is contesting to become something, you see the fellow young men, youth, asking this backward question: do you have money? These are colleague youth. Instead of believing in the young man's dream, the first question that comes to mind is, do you have money? Are you sure you can contest? Can't you wait a little longer? You are too young. Young men are telling their colleague young men that they are too young to aspire. Young men. And of course, when you look at the population, those within the youthful bracket constitute 67%. Yet we are being ruled. Why? Because of our own personal interest inherent in us, which spills negativity towards one another. So a young man is contesting, the fellow young men will not support him. They are happy supporting the old men. And these old men dictate to them what they must do. This is it. until the youth hold the bull by the horn, until we call a spade a spade. We call a spade by its right. So they are looking for money. In my own experience, you see young men coming to you and talk about money. Some asking you to give them money before they vote. Vote for you. In 2019, I contested the primaries. We were 6 in that race, of course. Joy News came out with their own research. They came to Hoge, went to the villages, did their research, and the research findings revealed that I am highly tipped to win that election. But what happened? We have the bourgeoisie class, a week to election, believing in the power of money, decide that the young man must not get there. Some of the old ones have been told me point blank, if you go there, you only focus on work, forgetting that we the pensioners don't need work, we need to be eating. It is the tendency. On the eve of election, the incumbent went round in 2019, sharing 500 cedis per delegate. Can I get that one? Electorate, poor electorate, can I get that one? 500 cedis. Targeting about 800 delegates out of the 1,300 that we got at the time. He won. Thank you. Our problems continue, but they cannot complain because those who elect corrupt leaders are not victims. But what are they? Accomplices. That's it. Then fast forward 2023 primaries. The same things manifested. And you know the danger now? The danger now is that you see some young men coming forward, going from political godfathers and financiers. So it is not that they believe in good governance. They believe that they want to be servant under the feet of a political godfather. So you send me with your money, I will forever remain in your debt. So what it means is that our development goals will not be indebted to the financial. We call them the political angels. So you see the young man, they come in the code of young men, youth, but they have godfathers who were pumping in money. They also came and shared the money. But the highest bidder will win. So we will continue in this cyclical downward spiral of bad governance. We'll continue. Tomorrow, if I also get fed up, then I'll go to sell my soul to the devil and I come to become your MP or your president. Do you think I'll think about you? I won't. Even though I will have good heart towards you, good intent towards you, I will not be able to operate because the forces around me will not permit me. It's either I die doing against their will or I live by being a welfare slave. So I will always be obeying their rules. That is what is happening now. Until the young men, the youth, emancipate themselves from this mental slavery of monetization of our governance structure and unnecessary hate agenda towards each other, we cannot proceed. We cannot proceed. We cannot move forward. There cannot be any growth. So I plead that let's use this platform to reorient the youth. Some of the youth just hate to see each other prosper. They just hate it. They just hate it. You see, and we engage in frivolous machinations. Frivolous, you are Cyril, right? Cyril came to me with an issue. And at the point, he wrote to me, in fact, he copied me a letter to withdraw from the race that I know he will do well in. But you know why he wants to give up? Because the other young people who are supposed to see better are playing the ostrich. They don't want to tell the truth, the simple truth. They want to subjugate truth even at this level. The right person who qualifies to lead, you want to subjugate. You want to subjugate the young man. So he is giving up because he doesn't have anyone to speak for him. Those who have to speak for him are now playing The double standard. So at the end, even though he has a good case, he wants to give up. But I told him to don't give up. I have been a victim of such circumstances. And let me tell you this, when you go to a court, the judge is a woman who was a victim of rape. And the case before her is rape, you are dead. I told him, I'll fight it to the end. Today we've gotten what we want. It's now left for him to use it to create the difference that people know about. We want to see the difference. And had it not been that we fought it, we would have done the wrong thing and we'll all be glorifying the illegitimate act. So, my brothers and sisters, politics is not supposed to be a rough terrain before. It is our systems that have made it rough. It's our system that has made it rough. And I'll leave you with this. And you see, it's only a child who doesn't know the name of the mother's boyfriend that calls him uncle. So the man comes to the house, the child doesn't know that it's the mother's boyfriend. So uncle has come, uncle has come. That child is walking under the mistaken belief that the man who comes to the house is the uncle. But the reality is that it is the mother's boyfriend. Let us know where we are coming from so that we can engage in effortful ventures. And for me, I'll tell you, any member here with good intent who want to serve and is willing to go through the hazard will have my support. There is no easy way out. Those who want to take the easy way are the reason we are here. They are the reason we are here. The easy way. And if you have a good heart, be prepared to face opposition. If you have good intent, be prepared to face stiff contest. Be prepared to face name calling and insults. That should not deter you. Because the your heart is pure. The only way they can get at you is to call you names. And someone who desires to serve and is already taking insult is not a leader. Take the insult, but show them that you are a leader of a difference. And of course, let me caution you. Don't ever be parties to political conspiracies. Don't. Two people connive. Let's go and do this. You know that it is wrong, but you feel that by doing that it will give you an edge. My brother, my sister, you are not different from the devil. Conspirators. Let us not conspire against anything good. If it is good, let's all, by consensus, support it. And I tell you, united we stand. And of course, the turmoils in political leadership abound. You are learning the rudiments. You are learning the rudiments of the whole game. The essence of this tutelage is for you to apply when the time comes. Even as an assembly member, I recall, and let me share this with you before I end my statement. As an assembly member for the people of Akosua, when it comes to confirmation of MDCs, I feel that it's our civil right to confirm. Confirm. So I got to the assembly here with the energy that things must change. We must confirm because, and if you are not good, we reject you. I was in the office on campus and then one of the nominees came with the minister and they want to see me. They've gone around and the only problem they are facing is that I am the only one who doesn't want the house to accept money so that we can confirm them. Look at the motion. You see the motion? So they sat down with colleagues and they bargained. Pay us this amount and we will confirm you. But we hear reports where some of them come out and say that we paid you but you didn't confirm us with anger. So they take money and confirm. Now when you take money and confirm your DCA is not working, can you talk? You cannot talk. I never received a dime from them, but I told them that once you pay majority, let their will prevail. But one thing I want to assure you, the incoming DC, is that Anytime I need something in my area, you must provide it. I tell you, in my ring, anything I need, he brings it. Once I mention it, he is there because he knows that I'm not getting anything from him. But those who are taking money from him, 3,000 each, he doesn't mind them. Their areas were suffering. I left in 2019. Then someone came after me. And our area where Jones lives is the same. Nothing seems to happen. Because once you take money from the DC, he cannot develop area and you lose the right to speak. One thing that shuts our conscience to good governance is bribe. When you take the bribe, you lose the power to talk. You, the one that we know is prosperous, you can talk on issues, you will be quiet. Why? You have been sorted out. And now, henceforth, you walk through the life without any dignity. We are already hungry. In our moment of hunger, let's speak the truth. And I tell you, we shall be fed. When we test for the truth shall feed us and we will be fully, eternally content. This is what I want to see in the moment. And of course, let us not let lifestyle today take us from the path. I believe in one thing. You are not driving today, but you drive tomorrow. Ask how you will. There's this song that says that we are going, heaven knows where we are going back. But the phrase I like most, we are going. Heaven knows where we are going, and we know we will. You just know that you will, and you will get there. Heaven knows how you will get there. You don't know it. When the time comes, you will see. They'll dig for you. They'll look out for you and find you. Today I sit in my office and I see my party people come to me. They come to tell me things I wouldn't have known should have. Had it been that I could go to their ways. I'm now listening. Now they are asking you, oh please, don't leave the airwaves. It's just because I wanted to focus on some of my academic work. So I withdrew from the airwaves for about some 3 months. They thought it was deliberate. I was focusing on myself, doing certain things. They don't know. So they come. We are sorry, don't leave the airwaves, don't abandon the airwave, and they are now talking. Things some of them felt they did. That is how it should be. And always maintain what you have. I know the time will come and God will give us a chance. Rollins became the head of state at the age of 35. In Lagos in 2015, I had a lecturer, a very stubborn lecturer, who gave Rollins to the call. When he comes to teach, even where Rollins doesn't matter, he brings him in. And we had an accident of history who came to lead this country. Do you know who is called the accident of history? Rollins. So to him, Rollins is an accident of history. They are the Bush and you believe in the meritocracy principles. The rule by the oath. But Rollins became president and we saw the difference as a young man, right? And as a young man, he left with nothing. He left with nothing. How many of us can do this? Let this be beaten in our mind. How many of us can do this? This is the way to be great government. And I believe Youth Impact Parliament is not just a dummy parliament to teach you parliamentary proceedings, but you are being prepared for the call that will come tomorrow, which time you don't know, but we get prepared. The head says he doesn't know when there will be a law that we must stand on one leg. So once a while, the head practices standing on one leg. This is what we are doing now. And I think that the time will come where our effort will be used. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for this response. You know, honourable members, the truth might be painful, but if someone does not tell you, you will not know. The experiences he's sharing for us, you don't get them anywhere but here. And honourable, we want to thank you very much because we really need to hear this and then build ourselves for the future. Honourable members, this is the last question and answer session that we'll take. Right after this, we'll suspend and then take pictures of our guests, and then they'll take their leave, and we'll proceed with normal business. Honourable members, last set of questions. Let's go straight to the point. Let's have Honourable Agosua.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am Believer myself, even people accuse me. I want to thank the two guest speakers. And I want to ask our Honorable, my boss and my lecturer. I know him for some time. But today, I want to tell us his motivation of being in politics. Because a lot of struggle in the past, you only need motivation to still be in the market. So I want to tell us we are young, also coming up, so that we can also guide ourselves with this motivation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Next question. Okay, Honourable Justine.
Thank you very much. My name is Cyril, MP for Hubert. Please, I want to ask about what's your take on party manifesto? Because I don't know. I just want to seek your indulgence about good governance. For some time, I've been thinking that over the years, parties come to power based on their manifestos. Whether they implement or not, nobody holds them accountable until election year comes. You don't think that before they get to you, they should have the national manifesto before the party's manifesto. So that when you come in government, there should be a law that will be binding you to implement the national manifesto for any other things. I want to seek your advice on that as well.
Thank you very much. We'll take a question from Honourable Wanda, who will come here.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker and Address House. My name is Wanda Nicodemus Yamashi, Youth MP for Amevor constituency. So, Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity. Honourable, thank you for giving such a vivid presentation. Many of you who don't know he's a PhD holder, today I want to advert to him. That he's a PhD holder. In fact, when Doc has not been added to Honourable on the flyer, I got annoyed because it's not a small journey. I think he's the youngest in ATU, the youngest PhD holder in ATU. It's not an easy tag. Honourable, before I ask my question, this is my small advice I want to give you, which is irrespective of your political predicament. I want to say, may God be your help. You shall not want. Even though you walk through the valley of shadow of death,
You shall fear no evil.
you shall fear no evil. And on this, don't relent, continue striving, and at the end of the day, there will be light at the end of the time. This is from me special to you, because I believe you have a good cause and a good mandate to achieve, and if you relent, who knows, things might go different way. So in all cases, may the Lord be with you to strive more. My question here is, if you don't decide to go the path of dark forces and worshipping your political godfathers, what next can you do to survive in your life of politics? Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll take a question from Dixon and then the last one from Enoch. Dixon, okay, Honourable Enoch.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker and the Address House. My name is Enoch Nyajo, Youth MP for Embracer constituency. Honourable Stanley Nevis, Glate. Please, I want to ask, going forward, the criteria in Article 62, as you put it, going forward, can we change it? Because looking at the processes through the party levels, before you get to the national level to contest for election, by then you will get too old. we'll be seeing this in our politics nowadays. That's what Alan has done, and now he's tired and he has formed his own party. Last election of Nigeria, I heard the people saying they were glad to have a young leader in the contest. Only for me to check and see the person was 60 years. That's what we are describing as a young leader. So I'm asking, can we bring the age back so that before the person goes through the political ranks to get there, the person will be exactly 40 or 40, within 40, not above 50. Then also to our S-House. I want to find out, during S-House elections, is it good to involve politics, partisan politics in S-House? Then to my honorable, I don't know the name, pardon me, please. Okay, honorable student in S. Okay, I want to find out, is it healthy to suck or play with the breast? Is it healthy? And also I want to know, can this act of sucking or playing with the breast, especially the nipple, can it cause?
Thank you very much. Honorable Chairman, you have a question or you're okay? Okay. So, this is the last session of questions, so please, please make your questions very short. Let's take one from Hannibal and then we'll take one from Harry.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Akosua, Youth MP for Banjo constituency. And to the guest speaker, my question is, can she recommend a platform or, let me say, an organization that supports people fighting the breast cancer, and if there is a support group that we can recommend to people who are currently in the situation to join for, I think, advice and information, if she can recommend some for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, very honorable speaker. Though I was late, but I don't know what I didn't listen much, but to Honorable Stanley, our elections are normally monetized, and we are used to the system where our elections are monetized, but my name is Harrison and I'm the Youth MP Central. Okay. So I would like to ask, because I don't understand why this our previous election, the parliamentary election, though monetized, the person who came out victorious, my observation, he didn't spend much, and I would like to know, why are we changing our ways? Are we taking out the corruption? Are things changing? Are we going to keep to that? I would like to understand, because I'm so confused now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that's the last question. So, yes, so that's let's have the microphone. Oh, okay, you have a question. Okay, ask your question. Because this is the last question and answer session.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Deku, Youth MP for Global constituency. My question is that, Madam Student advocate for breast cancer awareness. In your presentation and the statistics, it has been shown that breast cancer is the most common cancer diagnosis in women. And when you are comparing with that of the black people to the white people, you would clearly see that it is common when it comes to black people, but you did mention some of the causes of this breast cancer, that drinking of alcohol and other things. But when we look at these things, those white people are doing more than we the black are doing. But it's common when it comes to the blacks than the white people. Is there anything peculiar, something special that is different from what you did mention? Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, our members, that's the last question. We'll hear from our guest speaker and then our guest of honor.
Okay, thank you for the question. So, per what you just asked, most of the times when it comes to Africans, it's difficult for us, or we hardly go for checkups. But when it gets to the whites, whenever they notice any abnormality, they rush to the hospital. And even they have more equipment, and then their health system is more advanced than ours. But for us, it would surprise you that for about 5 or 10 years, somebody wouldn't even visit the hospital. And then things can be going wrong with the person, and then the person will look fine. So far as it's not feeling any symptom, the person wouldn't like to visit the hospital. So that's why this awareness is very important. When we create the awareness, people get to know the condition. When they get to know the normal from the abnormal, so whenever there's an abnormal, they get to the hospital and then they are able to receive treatment.
So concerning this, you belong to an association, right? An organization. You don't belong to but you are something like that, say something like that.
You can meet her behind chambers. So you can meet her behind chambers.
So what I wanted to ask is that, see, if probably your student base, and maybe, for instance, if you belong to any organization, are you making provisions for some of these things that you mentioned? Comparing the Africans to the white people, because this breast cancer thing you're talking about is very common when it comes to the African countries. You get it? If you are making provisions in the health facilities or the health maternity, then what are some of the things that you think Ghanaians or Africans should do differently or be similar to what is practiced in other countries?
Thank you so much. So like I mentioned, the first thing is about awareness. The first thing is about awareness, because creating awareness helps people to know more. And also aside awareness too, we can also improve our health systems. But I don't think that one is to my level of improving the health system. I will do what I can. But we can also come together as one people and then create, let me say, an organization that will have a goal towards doing that. And then I believe when we come together and then we create an organization, definitely we'll get some support, because this issue is very serious and then it needs some medical attention. It also needs awareness. So when that is done, I believe we can be able to reach our goal.
And then one also asked about the platform. So I think Elon's question. About if you have a platform that they can join or recommend.
For now, no.
But I think if you go on Telegram and you type some of these channels, you get. Yes, or Facebook.
Or
you
even
can follow
Instagram.
Instagram, yes. You get them. So just search on social media. He asked a question.
Let me add to what?
Oh, we are done with questions and answers.
Let me add to
What do you want to add?
Let me explain to show that probably it's an add-up. It's not a question.
It's a top-up.
Exactly.
Okay, top-up. Yeah. So please, speak from there. Okay, you can start.
So thank you very much. My name is myself. You thank you for Hubert on this place. What I want to add up to what he said was that, let me just give one example. Even though smoking is no good, but let me just give one example. The reason why the white, why they smoke, is that their system is very different from ours. But here, you see hot sun, someone is smoking. In the intention that they want to get warm. Well, I don't know, people have different perceptions. But our system is very dysfunctional. We put it that way. For instance, when I was growing up, I had the lamp that she spoke about. My mom told me that she didn't use spatula or the tapoli to be doing something. The fact is that most of us, we are lazy about some of the things. Like she spoke about the checkup. How can you human being be there 10 years before you go to check up? So some of these things we brought it upon ourselves. The white, even though they do the odd thing, but they make sure that they go and check. When someone smokes today, white, they go and do check up and see whether the smoke that they smoke today, as that then they will be arranged for them consistently. But always you'll be smoking it every day without going for checkup.
Okay.
So that's what I have to do.
Thank you very much. Yes, the microphone, please.
And also to add up to that, looking at Africans, for instance, whenever someone has a condition, we normally attribute it to the fact that maybe the person has done something against the gods. Or they should go the herbal way and she's no more. When this breast cancer thing started, my father told her to go to the hospital. She said no, she had a pastor who would pray for it. So she lived here in Bo, but she went all the way to a village in Ashanti region to stay there, to stay in a prayer camp. And it got to a point where I think it got to stage 4 or so, the cancer had spread to other parts of the body. Before they brought her back to Bo, saying that the thing has become too much for them. So now they should seek the medical way. So looking at that, the thing has already gotten to stage 4, getting to stage 5. Last you die. So whenever there's a problem, you shouldn't attribute everything to spiritism and other things. Getting to the whites don't normally do this. So getting to the hospital would help you get treatment.
Thank you very much, our guest speaker, for giving an elaborate answer. We are grateful. Now move on to answers from the guest of honor from 4 your questions.
So I will take it from that of belief. Belief want to know my motivation. As a lecturer, I oftentimes see our students graduating, and the exit is not comfortable. A lot of them has passed through my hands as service festivals. When they are about leaving, at times I wish I keep them, because I know they are going to the turmoils of the world and the stormy seas of unemployment. But I believe in one thing. If entrepreneurship is the way to go, there is one most important component of entrepreneurship: resource. That is where the problem is. And the resource can be made available by the political actors. Now, if it's about job opportunity, it's about connectivity. And even there, the one who can connect you lies in politics. And I've seen them connecting the unconnectables. That is why we're having a lot of square pegs in round holes. The people who deserve the job are not being given the job. Those who deserve not are the ones being given. How can we grow? How can we grow? And I realized that the only way out to change the narrative is through the corridors of politics. Join, change the narrative, use it to benefit the less privileged, those that it must benefit. Let me see. I ask myself, as an MP, you have it's not only about the common fund. No, the common fund is nothing. But the privilege to be the MP is enough to create jobs. We had there was a student with us called Uyaja Samuel from the north. When he came, I know very well that this guy has suffered in life to even come to school. My interaction with Samuel informed me that even in his family, he's the only one who is acquiring a university education. He had it tough, but I told him, you are part of the PN fraternity. Reflect that in your home constituency, Sabuba. He went and did his best. Then one day he called me that he's supporting someone to become the MP. He doesn't have money, but the people believe in him. I said, support him with all your heart. He came to me and I spoke with the man in 2019. And we became friends. He won the primaries and entered Parliament in 2001. Towards December 2001 ending, Sami has already gone back after 7 years, gone back home, and he was, this government, so he was farming. He was into farming. He was doing his own farm, helping his family and stuff. Then one day Sami told me that said, my MP wants to help me. So he's asking for my certificate. I don't have money, so I couldn't even pay to take the certificate. So he said, help me with it. I prayed up myself, secure the certificate for Sami, scan it and send to him. Before this certificate to the MP. Within 3 days, Sami was given a job in the Ministry of Local Government. Do you know how this is possible? Because he's the MP. He just made friends. And based on that, they were able to help Sami. Everything in Ghana now comes with quota. So use the power appropriately. Use it appropriately. Today, Sami works with the local government ministry. In fact, they brought him to AMA, but the man wanted him close. But Sami said no, he wants to be in the north because of his farms. So he is at Sabuba District Assembly. The guy's future is defined now. He came to me the last time, I can see change. And he said, use the power to support. Who says there are no vacancies in Ghana? There is. As an MP, compel some of the institutions to employ even the young ones on casual basis so that they can be practicing their skills. And when the chance comes, you fix them. That is one. As an MP, mobilize them, let them go into fruitful ventures. There's nothing wrong with the MP using the common fund to establish what we call constituency funds, right? There's nothing wrong. Establish it, bring these young ones around you. Tell them that let's go into farming. While they are on the block farming with you, ask them when there's a chance to feast them. They will forever love you. When need be, create traveling opportunities for them. Last month, I had to do something I've never done in my life as an academic. But I see this young guy's future in terms of if I don't do it. He left us, but has some papers to write. He wrote the paper, but receipt is not easy to pass. He couldn't pass. He was again referred. And then that course was assigned to me. So he was having that referral. Then an opportunity came for this guy to travel to the UK. And Derek came to my office. And said, this is what he said. That this one referred, but he was told that I'm the one handling the course now. He had just 1 month. If he fails to produce his transcript, he will forfeit it. This is a full bursary he has obtained in the University of Manchester. Full bursary. A student from our own university. So I started to sit down and say, because of one referral, this guy will go. He must go. I don't know him from Adam. I don't know him. I don't talk to him. Today I'm the one handling it. What must I do? Quickly I call the head of academic affairs. Because I, by my position, can call him. I said, is there something we can do? He said, to come to his office. Okay, let him register for the receipt. If you are ready, listen, if you are ready to conduct it for him, we call it quarantine. He has given me the go ahead. So I sent the question. I asked him to come and write it. And of course, he will pass. He must pass.
Of course, you have to.
After that, Derek left. I marked that, he wrote it that day, I marked it, submitted the result through the portal. They printed his transcript for him. So I asked myself, so this system can be this flexible. Just 2 days ago, I had this message from Derek, a foreign number. The speaker, you can read this. And this is the number. That's it, so I had that message from Derek. What did he say?
Yes, the message says, good morning, sir. How are you doing? Please, I have successfully arrived in the UK. Thank you so much for your immense support. God bless you abundantly.
Yeah. I may not be rich today, but tomorrow, should any of you want a chance in UK, I know I have somebody. That is how we create a social capital. He has gotten there. After he left for Accra to prepare, he called me again and said, I want to send you some credit. I said, Derek, credit for what? I don't need that credit. Go and sell and bring me the whole communication company. He's there. If we can get 3, 4, 5 of such guys there for us, I tell you, there will be chance for us in the future. That is what we should do. That is what academia should all be about. That is what politics should be about. Support them. Send this youth. There are opportunities. If you don't have it in Ghana, we have it elsewhere. As an MP, create a chance. Liaise with the consulate, liaise with the high commissions, liaise with the embassies, and send our young ones out. Today, Ghana is clapping that we've obtained over 20 billion worth of remittances. Who should be there be sending it? Be part of the conscious effort to send our young ones out there. They will go and sell and bring down the money. Some of the MPs are doing this and they are successful. These are secrets we don't know. A black man wants to donate to Baton maternity wards. Do you think it's money? No. He calls out the guys he sent to US, UK, Finland on scholarship when he was the deputy minister. He has a record of all those guys that benefit from government scholarship under him who are outside. He called them and they brought him the things. He gave it to the maternity ward and more was left and he brought the surplus to the teaching hospital. It's not good. He wants to award the best teacher in his constituency. He called one guy of his who is in the US. The guy sent him the sonata that he needed. He wants to do the same thing for the teacher and the doctor in his constituency. And he bought him a Benz. This doctor, thinking that he can play politics with this, was asking the donor how he got the money to buy him a car. I want to give you something, ask him. He lost it because people promised him that, ask him, discredit him. Who just bless no one cares. They are looking for ways to discredit a black one. Because he's doing it. That is the society we live in. He lost the car. What they promised him, he didn't get it. And you see, we can do map to mobilize resources. The life jacket he's distributing was given to him by a company. It's not his money. That is the relevance of power. That is it. So as the MP, you are in parliament, you are on committees, you are serving the interest of Ghana by liaising with the state institutions and companies. So once about talk to the big man, oh, you have any chance? I have a boy I want to connect, right? We do these things every now and then. And by so doing, we are strategically placing our youth. This is where our leaders are missing it. They cannot think straight because somebody brought them, gave them money, go and contest and become MP. So they call them MP, but they can't use their money. For me, I'll continue to talk. They will call him names, but that should not be there. You see, my motivation in politics is simple and straightforward. As said by Amegashie-Viglo, whatever you do, be good at it. If you are a robber, be a good robber. Good robber, steal. And be an expert in it. We once had an armed robber here in Go who never steals in Go. No, he hasn't stolen in Go. A sophisticated armed robber by name Clerk doesn't steal in Go. In Accra, whenever he's coming to the Young Festival, he comes with a convoy made up of sophisticated machines, knockout machines. He comes to pay homage to his king and ask him for his blessing.
Don't joke.
And whenever he's in town, there is joy. And he believes in one thing. Whatever you do, be good at it. Even if you want to die gallantly. That is it. That is it. And so, believe, the motivation is clear. But I know that the road will be rugged, but it's still true. It's still true, it's peaceful. That is why I'm saying that, you see, there's no shortcut in life. You go through things in life. There's no shortcut. Just master the courage and have the resilience to endure. And I tell you, you can be there. And then there is this question also from wonder, apart from the dark force, what can keep in politics? A lot of things can keep in politics. A lot of things. People are still moving around hopelessly. I still see people in despair. I still see the young ones without jobs. I know what it means to be without job. I understand. And even your shadow will disappoint you. I know. The young man walked to me and said, my girlfriend has given me 2 weeks. Either to come and perform the rite or lose her. But you are still not working. I say, I love her. Don't worry. Focus on your goal. Make the money and buy the love. Make the money and buy the love. Let her go. The girl has not decided to go. But she will not leave and you lose 2 weeks. You are losing her, you are losing your future. No. Let her go. When you get the money, buy the love. He's been working on some things. The girl is gone. But as of yesterday, I saw prospect. That is how it is. That is how it is. So, something must keep you. There are a lot of things that will keep you in the game. We are still seeing the game. We are still seeing bad leadership. And of course, when you speak the truth, they will hate you. But that should not be there. For me, I feel happy when I speak and people are uncomfortable. That's how I feel so happy. I speak and then you are uncomfortable. That makes me happy. If I speak and you are happy, it means I have not done my work. Something must inject you. You are not doing something right. And that keeps me going. And when you are doing this, they'll call you names. That's how they'll brand you. Accept it. They don't know you. They only know your name. They don't know your story. Let's keep that in mind. I believe that one day, the son of the chapel seller will wear white. One day. So it is now. And we need to be sharing a lot of platforms with you. I know what it takes. At a point in time, I was doing teaching guarantee. Go to Kekeli to teach on private basis. Go to Hubert, go to Justine, those areas. Anywhere there is a private class that must be taught, I'm there to keep myself busy and stay focused. So to know with the dark forces, I know that in God's own time it will come. I know. I won't sell myself to them and be in bondage while showing myself as if I'm free. Meanwhile, I'm not free. So I won't do that. I will not do that. I believe that there can only be one light. Let's put ourselves in God. And you have your freedom there. No matter how long it takes, it will surely come to your own. That I believe. Is it right to involve SRC issues in politics? I have never been an advocate for that. I've never. Back in our school, until 4 years ago, I've never even gotten involved in SRC issues. I believe that it should be a fair ground. Students can come and seek for your counsel, but you should not be actively involved, saying NDC, NDP, PNC. No. But you see, until 4 years ago, I realized that a colleague lecturer of mine has been doing that. He always ensures that he pushes his political interest on the SRC. And I got to know when one of the people he pushed embezzled SRC money. And the alarm blew. And I said, if that be the case, we will get involved. We cannot sleep and watch these things happen. So we stay back, we do it with Deku. We stay behind, advise our aspirants that let's do it this way, take it this way. And we believe in message, give them the message. And then when you give the message, make sure that whatever you are promising, you do it. That is what I believe now. Give you the guideline. Go. And I know that when I give that guideline, there is no way you will go and fail. There is no way. You can't fail. You don't need money to do it. But some of the students go to the people who they think have money and ask them for support. So you go to them and ask them for support. Do they control you? That is one thing I've realized. They go to them asking for support. Now I'll give you one example. The immediate party as president was someone who was not known. Gatogo was not known. People went around showing money. But this guy walked to my office one day and said, I have the passion to serve. I want you to carry me. He came there alone. I said, can you bring me your vase? And he brought the lady. My first talk with them shows that they are novice. But he has one thing, the determination to what? To lead. Nobody knew him. Even the name doesn't sound familiar. This is where the marketing comes in. We gave him the message, mentored him, coached him, placed him on the path. When he won, there was silence. You know why? People didn't know. I asked one student, who won the race? One, I don't even know him. I don't know how he won. That is how it is. He is free. He won on merit. Don't go to any political party and take money. When students go and take money from politicians, they will control you. Ask for their advice. But don't sell your campaign to them. When you sell your campaign, they will tend to be advising you which will suit their own political interest. And you will lose it. You will lose it. So I don't believe in politics. But nowadays, they're taking a different stage. Get to Lagos and see. Get to University and see. The BS is from politism to politics. No wonder student leadership is very bad. And when they move from there, they get to do national service. Even NASPA election is politicized. These are supposed to be independent-minded groups. So when you're doing your national service and the government is not paying you, you can speak, right? But now the NASPA president cannot talk because the person is in the party that is ruling. Will you go and shout at the whole party to pay our people their allowances? You cannot. So when you are going to these elections, look for some of these things. Once the person is showing affiliation, especially with national service, run away from them. Because even for 5 months they don't pay you, he won't talk. Because he knows he's getting his own from them. No wonder our leadership is in a state of comatose. And of course, Vixen asked, Vixen, what did you say? What did you ask?
I asked about your this manifesto. Party manifesto and national manifesto.
Yes, manifesto. Manifestos are good. They are guidelines to shape your policy when you are in government. You must stick to it. You have a mandate of 4 years. So your manifesto must be within the 4-year limit. The last time NDC came out with a manifesto called the People's Manifesto, he sold. You know why he sold? Because for the first time in their record, after 2008, for the first time in 2008, they went back to the people and they were asking them, they met them, they even met the union. I'm the union secretary, they met us. The flag bearer met us in 2020 February. So we told them what we want. So assuming UTAC sees what they told the aspirants in their manifesto, won't they be happy? And these are doable things. It must be measurable, it must be doable, it must be achievable. Manifesto. Good. But you see, if you cannot stick to your own manifesto, there's a problem. The manifesto has now been made as a guiding policy backed by the law, that the government will not come to power and do anything apart from what they have promised. There are things that they must do. They are statutory. Then what they have promised, we must ensure that if you don't do it in prison, the law must take a course. But who will promulgate that law when all of them are accomplices? Parliament must approve the law. But how will they enact it when they know that they themselves have given promises in their country they have not fulfilled? This is what we are. Others are doing it, others are not. How do we? It calls for a national debate on this issue. Probably Youth Impact Parliament can discuss this. Should the manifesto be made as an instrument of the state backed by law for its utmost utilization? We debate it at our parliament day, then we write a position paper and send to the law. Send to parliament for consideration. We can do it. Until that is done, manifestos will come before. Government will come before. We will still be where we are. If you tell us in the manifesto that you will not go and borrow, when you come to power, there should be no way for you to what? Borrow. Simple. They continue. They continue. If it's backed by law, you cannot borrow because you will borrow. And someone told us that the money is here. It's not need to go and borrow. The money is just toll the road and you get the money. But the people who have to toll the road and get the money close down the toll booth. In their manifesto, they will toll the road. Then when they got to power, they close the toll booth. This is the reality we are facing. This is the reality. And I believe that the earlier we start speaking out, the better for us. Manifesto must guide us. It must. Of course, I know that Mohammed's manifesto would have been completed had he won the election. Because he has no choice. These are the people who have told, if you don't do it, they will sack you. You went to them. The other party didn't come to the people for their manifesto. I only heard him to be explaining the manifesto to us. But the question is, what does he know about that people that he's talking about? What does he know about? Let us start thinking and putting the point and connecting the dot. As to how Akosua won, he didn't spend much. It's not through his spend. Now I'll give an insight into his spend. He spent because he got support. You understand? So he also gave money to the candidates. Money and lunch pack. And I believe in politics of deception. If I have the resources, I'll tell you I have the resources and I'm going to use it. I won't go on radio and say I don't have money, so support me. Meanwhile, I know I have gotten support from a donor. That's deception. He got money. There's no way we have won the election without money. But that election was monetized. So he also got money and shared to quite a number of elements. That convinced the truth and the vote. So dissuade your mind that there was no. The election was greatly determined by money. And he shared it as well. He shared it. He bought the money. In fact, I was at the premises when someone came. One of my team members came and said, "Oh, I don't know, I've also gotten some. This one is from this person, this one is from this person. Now I'll mix the two and eat and put the monies in one envelope and go home." So he got rice from somewhere, he got cake from another, he joined the two and ate them together, put the money in that one. And no wonder we cannot have the leadership we want. So they all share it. They really share money. Of course. I believe that we can change the narrative. Go get the money, share it to them. When you win now, try and swerve and change their mindset. But I tell you, it will be difficult if you go that way. I pray that you, the upcoming ones, can start a movement to guide the conscience of the so-called delegates. Because I go to the market and the people tell that, "Oh, Stan, we were only waiting for you to be elected." Assuming every one of you had a chance to elect who represent us, I don't think money will play a role. Money will not. How did the lives of Joe Gedisu lost the election in 2012? Joe Gedisu was the road minister, right? The question is, can the road minister lose the election with all the money available? But in 2015, the primaries was not based on delegates. is based on everyone who has NDC card, right? All of them should come and vote. Money cannot play a role. So they lost. That was the time most of the incumbents lost. Most of them lost. You see the lives of Joe Gidisu losing, the lives of Edemasima of South Dying losing, the lives of George Lowe, incumbent, losing. They lost. And they were defeated by people who had nothing. They had nothing. And of course, today, the people always say that had it not been for the 2015 primaries that we held, where it was not delegate, the likes of he cannot be in parliament. Can you even imagine that Joyce defeated George Lowe, the incumbent? But the chance was given to everybody to vote. So until we rethink about this thing called delegates will go and eat and decide who becomes a leader. And they don't care because they've gotten their money. They worry less about whatever. And before I end, let me just leave you with this nugget. And you see, this is it's covered from a sermon given in 1925 at the Westminster Abbey. A wonderful sermon delivered by Frederick Louis Donaldson in Westminster Abbey in 1925. What did he say? He defined what we call the 7 social sins which you must always run away from as young ones. The 7 social sins. 1, wealth without work. That is the first one. Wealth without work. 2, pleasure without conscience. Pleasure without conscience. Pleasure without. These days, for the ladies, any young one who comes, let's go and enjoy. They are there. You see them dancing, drinking without conscience. It's a social sin. 3, knowledge without character. Knowledge without character. And of course, commerce without morality. Commerce, in other words, business without morality. When you are doing business without morality, you can sell anything and talk to people and they'll go and die. No wonder today people go to buy vegetables and they are buying diseases. Thank God the experience is here. The so-called vegetables we are eating are poisons we are taking. Because they are spraying everything we are eating. No wonder we are having issues of kidney failures and stuff. Commerce without morality. And of course, science without humanity. Science without humanity. And I like this one. Worship without sacrifice. Now we want miracles. Science. No wonder we are going after blessed water, salt, and whatever. Spraying around. We are becoming worshippers who don't want to engage in any little sacrifice. Nothing good comes easy. You want to worship, you must be ready to sacrifice. And the final one that goes to me, that goes to Joe, that goes to all of us here, is politics without principles. 7 social sins. Politics without principles. Your political future must be defined by the principles. And the principles must be entrenched so that your yes is your yes, your no is what? Your no. I'll find time again, probably not this year though. Maybe 2024, I'll find time again. We come and then we share deep political insight so that you will be able to notice some of these hurdles as you meet them and how you can respond or react to them. I'll have time maybe in the first quarter, I'll come around in 2024 and we'll talk politics. We'll talk more on politics, on governance, and on leadership. Because I believe in one thing. Even God recognizes the political structures. Jesus Christ recognizes the political structures. And I know that there are 2 things certain in life: death and taxes. As for them, they are certain. Once you are alive, you pay taxes. Once you are alive, you die. And so we will be governed. And once we are alive, there will be leadership. But you see, the only thing is that we want the right leadership. We cannot avoid them, but we want the right one. When we have the right leadership, our hospitals will be safe for us. Today, when I go to the teaching hospital, I know that it is a death trap. I have a nurse friend there. All she does is to go there in the night while she's on night duty on TikTok, dancing in the wall. How can we get healed in those hospitals when the nurses are dancing on TikTok in the wall, showing, twerking in the wall, where the patient is lying there dying? Is there anything for us? It is only politics with principles that can help us. When we have politics with principles, we will let a CEO of our hospitals who will think of humanity rather than the world. Thank you so much for allowing me to share this privilege with you. And
thank you very much. Thank you very much, our guest of honor. This is so much food for us to soak in, and then I'm very full today. I'm very full today. So, honorable members, before we take closing remarks from our guests and we suspend, let me just announce that after we suspend, we go outside to take pictures just for 10 minutes. And when you take your seat, the refreshments will be shared to you, and we'll run through the private businesses. For the debate, may I announce that we'll have to vary our decision and other paper to allow for an open discussion so that we can close as early as possible, and then we'll adjourn. So, on this note, I would like to take last words from our guest speaker, her last comments for us, and then we'll take last comments from, before we suspend the House.
Thank you so much for the opportunity given to me to speak to you on breast cancer. I really enjoyed the meeting, and I'd love to be here again some other time.
And you share your contact with us.
So as we discussed, we shouldn't forget that we should report any abnormality to the hospital whenever we notice a lump. Even as men, whenever there's an abnormality, you should report to the hospital because early detection can save your life. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My final words, of course, the breast cancer education, let's take it serious. Beyond October, let's have this nugget really in our mind. Because when you go to the hospital and see what our women go through, it's not the best. If there's anything we can do, let's support. Let's not just be manipulating the breast for pleasure. Whilst we manipulate, let's be in our right senses, looking for lumps. That is the most important thing. Looking for lumps. Let's not just be handling it anyhow we want. But when we look at the lumps, look out for it, and then support them and report it at an early stage. It's not good to lose loved ones through breast cancer. It's not. I always say that the dance of a madman looks funny until he is your relative. Until a member of the family suffers this, then you remember that one day in the Youth Impact Parliament we discussed this. Had I known, it's always a plan. So let's go through these things. And I'll also ask the guest speaker to make a note available. It should be on the platforms. You read through, you get it. And then we can also go and engage with further applications. It's a wonderful moment being with you. And I'll leave you with the words of Martin Luther King Jr. And I quote, "There comes a time when one must take a position. There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe, nor politics, nor popular, but he must take it because conscience tells him it is right. When that time comes and your conscience tells you that this position is right, let's change the narrative. Let's speak truth to power. Let's do what is right. Let's rise up to the occasion. And above all, I always pray that our loyalty must be to Ghana. We can only give our loyalty to the government when they deserve it, but our loyalty first must be to Ghana. And of course, if our loyalty is to our country, even if our own party is in power and they are doing it right, our loyalty will still be with Ghana and we can speak against them. It is when we start speaking against the ills of society, then that we can start our own liberational effort. Young future leaders, the future looks bright. It is now in your hand. Let's use it for it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. To our guest speaker, thank you very much for honoring our invitation. At the start, you were not really convinced, but I'm happy with your remarks. You have enjoyed the session. If you want to be a youth MP, our applications are equally open. So you can apply. But apart from that, we'll have discussions. We're discussing about the virtual session with you, so we'll work on that. I just want to inform members that we'll have another virtual session with them before the year. So thank you very much. Ms. Deku, I'm grateful. And to Honorable, my senior, I'm grateful for your attendance. I've been anticipating your visitation for a long time, and today it has finally come, and we have no regrets. Thank you so much for coming. And as you have promised us another interaction this year, we look forward to that. On behalf of the entire House and myself, I want to thank Ms. Deku and then Honorable Dr. Glate for your services, support, advice, and contribution to Youth Impact Parliament, the entire of this community, and to the youth at large. Honourable members, the House stands suspended. Honourable members, proceedings now resume. Honourable members, commencement. We are going to vary the order paper to bring official introduction of members before we take the private business. So let's take note of that. We'll do official. I think are all the members seated? Okay, so we'll bring official introduction of members before the statement, but we'll take questions first. So honourable members, we want to now commence the private business. Hopefully by the time we start introduction of members, all MPs will be seated. So commencement of private business, item 7. Acting First Deputy Speaker to take the chair.
The mic is off.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable members in the August House. We proceed with the next item on the order paper. Want to take questions from Honourable members in case you have any questions to ask, or give you the chance to ask your questions. And I must say that we have been entangled in time and energy, so let's make everything snappy and leave it on time. So I'll give the opportunity to our honourable members. If you have any questions to ask, you go ahead.
I can't see the other people.
That is item 7, commencement of private business. Please, you have the other paper on. It has been shared on the platform.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. The name is Akosua. Thank you for choosing me. What I earlier on, Honourable Joseph made a statement those who are absent from the house, we should pardon them to next year. But truth be told, we can see some people every day in this road now moving about. They did the same thing the last year, this year, they did the same thing. We have seen them every day. So those people, we shouldn't pardon them because it looks like they are taken for granted. So we should do something about it. We should only pardon those people that we know they are students, that they are on vacation, they've gone, we know it. But some key people, they are working in this world, launching around every night, every morning. So let's do something about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please, I would like to, in case anybody has any answer to any of the questions that we asked, I will refer the question to you so that you can answer it. So on this note, I would like to refer the question to our right honorable speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Since I'm not rogue, I'm an interim MP. Mr. Speaker, I'm just Amegashie-Viglo. Mr. Speaker, that communication was said with respect to the fact that the institutions in the water region are all on vacation from now to the next year. And basically, we cannot adjust the law to favor some and not favor some. That is why we are making it general that the grace period has been extended to January. So January, if you are still not taking your oath by January, your appointment is automatically revoked by the House. Until others who will be reconsidered. And those who have missed all the sittings and have not turned up by January, they have taken their oath but have missed more than 3 sittings by January. The office of the Speaker will refer them to the Privileges Committee. It is being said for us to more commensurate with the fact that they are not in town, and basically you cannot expect them. If there is with respect to people who are in town but are not coming, the law will catch up with them. January, if they have still not taken their oath, at the January sitting, their appointment will be revoked in front of the entire House. So have our assurance of that. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
So, Honorable Member, please, in conclusion, what do you think we should do?
Yeah, so Mr. Speaker, the rule has to be fair to everyone. So we also maintain the initial communication from the Speaker that in January, if they fail to turn up, their appointment will be revoked by the House. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Please, you may resume your seat. So, on this note, I might say that our Honorable Members who are not showing up, we just have to pardon them for some time. Okay, we can't make the law favor one part of it and then not the other one. So it has to favor everybody. So on this note, we'll pardon them for some time, as our Honorable Member said. So on this note, please, if any other person has any question to ask.
Thank you. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and Directors. My name is Wanda Nicodemus Jamesu, UMP for Amevor constituency. Mr. Speaker, I thank you very much. I want to ask that our patron, Honorable Kofi Ato, and then Honorable Peter Notukote made us aware during the inauguration and the Honorable Kofi Ato some time ago that we need to come to Parliament of the Republic of Ghana to come and witness sittings. And I want to ask that so far, because the arrangement was we should come in November during the presentation of the budget statement and economic policy for the fiscal year 2024. So what are the arrangements so far in regards to that? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. I would like to refer the question to Honorable Member to answer.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity on this Amegashie-Viglo. Mr. Speaker, Yes, we are making arrangements to visit Parliament of Ghana. But we have been advised that when the letter is sent before the House resumes, we'll end up being called before the presentation is being made. So we have been advised that the House should resume before we send the letter. So immediately the House resumes, the letter will reach the desk of the office of the Speaker, and it will be well done for us to pay that visit. Other arrangements include transportation. That is a heckle for us because we don't know whether we'll have the support from our people, where we'll be able to bus our members freely, or we'll have to rely on members to pay a token for us to be bused there. That's the only dilemma. But when the first process starts, then the entire discussion will start with all our patrons for us to see how we do that. For me, I'm prospective that we'll get there. We'll surely get there. But it has to be done step by step. So we are having these discussions, and then more of them will be done. When the discussion starts, we'll engage you. But have my assurance that the planning is ongoing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable, please, is it on the same subject matter? Okay, so.
Thank you very much, right, Honorable Speaker. I go by the name Francis Kodzi, Youth MP for Afram now. It's regarding to the absentees in a sense, and because all institutions are coming. Because all institutions are on holidays, so we should permit them till January. So I want to suggest to avoid the fact that because of the holidays, we'll be having just small numbers, and at the end of the day, people even among us here who heard this news today will take advantage of this and will make themselves absent to the next or the previous sittings. So it would be nice that we also as a house go on the holidays. So January we all resume. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Please, I'll advise that we make all our submissions on a particular subject and a discussion so as to we can move fast and leave it on time. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on that particular matter, it is just to say that the situation leading to such a communication was with respect to that the students who are members of this house, that when they vacate, they go out of town. They will not get transportation to come. And the compromise is the fact that they are human beings, and we need to understand such matter. It is not to say that because of that, the house will not sit. The house will still sit. With the ones that are in town, they will come. But for the fact that it will look like we have given a deaf ear to their plea, it will be unfair. Obviously, if you are not in town and your institution vacates, go out. But this is not a student parliament, so we cannot break because students are on break. We still sit. But just for the fact that students are, but we need to acknowledge that. Okay, we need to acknowledge that. That is why we are saying that the grace period is extended today. I just leave on the conscience of members to understand that, let's please, for the November and December sittings, come. Please still come. But for those people, January, if they have still not taken their oath, their appointment will be revoked without hesitation. Have our assurance on that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The next one is Akosua, MP for Akosua. Concerning the absenteeism, one of the ways that we can actually measure that those who are far from here, they are serious with us. It is when we go online by the grace of God. We did some online recently, and the truth is that it's only the people we have over here, the same people go online. So if you are far from us, now by the grace of God, we have brought the meeting to your doorstep like the online training we had. None of them also were also present. That should also send a signal to us that Charlie, the people they are not serious with us. Because if you are serious with us, by excuse of a distance, then if there's a time to spend about 10 Ghana cedi to buy data and you come online, we should see you. And my second comment is that since this third parliament started, I keep on writing my name with pen. But it means that there's there are people over here are not doing their work. I can't keep on using pen. You write where others names are.
Thank you, Honorable Member.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you all good. And so I think Honorable Member made a very wonderful submission about the participation and the seriousness of our members. And so it is your advice has been taken that to show your real seriousness, it means that anytime we have in a parliamentary sitting, we should go virtually or we should go online. So that we'll see that even if you are not here with us, you are still online with us. So that's a wonderful submission. Thank you very much, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker in the Akosua. My name is Enoch, good MP for Price of Constituency. Right Honorable Speaker, I'll be glad if each and every honorable member sitting here could look into the camera and tell us the reason why we're coming to the sittings late. Because we said here is a grooming ground, but yet you set a time for a meeting, and then at the end we all come late. Almost 3 o'clock today before the sitting began, which is very bad. And now this delegate topic or debate or motion we have to debate on, we cannot debate on it because of time. So I'll be glad if we can know the reasons why we've been coming to sittings late. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. But I think there's a major thing we are going to do that will take much of our time. So we'll proceed with another thing and maybe you consider that the next time. Okay, thank you very much. Honorable Osman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I respond to Adam Osman, MP for Asharima constituency. Mr. Speaker, I remember one of our senators, we were told the Parliament of Ghana will be having a mock parliament here in Kotawe, that means and youth impact will be invited. I want to ask, what are the plans? Has it been truncated or is still in the pipeline? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Member.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm doing some discussion. Mr. Speaker, that was a proposal made by one of our patrons, and he said he will work on it. That one is not really within our jurisdiction, because it's not like we can write a letter to them that we want to host them. It is they that will do the survey and see that this is a vibrant house that has everything. Therefore, they should host the mock sitting for us. So, whatever we are doing, they are watching. Parliament of Ghana has eyes on us, have our assurance of that, and they are watching what we are doing. So far as we keep on pushing with our patron over there, it makes it very easy for him to bid that this house can host the mock city. So let's pray that the bid works, and hopefully when the mock city comes to go, this house will host it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your name is Believe Akosua. Concerning the more paragraph, Honorable just explained to us. But I think that we should also be reminding whosoever is responsible because that person has a lot of things on his head. He can easily escape them. So I advise the office maybe once a while, you test him also this thing I hope you will direct him so that he can also realize he also sees. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable. Well noted. Honorable Nevis. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. I'm Hubert Akatsi. I would like to draw your attention to something that we are missing. If we can take the petitions and then the statements all at a go, I think we can move at a faster speed. So, with your permission, I would like to put my. Okay. All right.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. And because of our time, we want to move straight to the item 10 on the other paper. That will be the official introduction of members. So, honorable members, on this note, we would like to take the official introduction of our members present. We're starting from the minority leader. We're starting from the last person through, then we get to the majority members.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I've been named Uchabi Kanya Kinaisha. I'm officially called Kanya Kinaisha Q.
Honorable, are you named or you will be named?
I'm officially called. I've been named and I'm officially called.
Okay.
I'm the youth MP for Mian constituency. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. I'm Amegashie-Viglo, the youth MP of Tamale constituency.
The Speaker, respond to Adam Usman, formerly known as Adam Usman. Youth MP for Ashaiman constituency.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity. My name is Enoch Nyajo, known by many as Ken. I'm the youth MP for Price Road constituency. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Akosua, and majority coordinator, I believe. I'm the youth MP for Akosua, and also deputy minority leader. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. My name is Cyril, youth MP for the only commercial city in Volta region, as well as the minority chief. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. I'm Hubert Agbaxode, the youth MP for Akatsi North, and the minority leader for the Agbaxode. Thank you.
We'll take the official introduction from our majority members.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. I'm the person of Nelson Tesiwayo. I'm the youth MP for Lower Amevor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My name is Deku, youth MP for Akatsi presidency.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm Julius Ababa, youth MP for Agbaxode South constituency.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker in the Guest House. My name is Honorable Wanda Nicodemus Jamashi, youth MP for Anglo constituency, deputy majority leader of this Guest House, and of course, paramount member of almost all the committees.
No. Which committee? Which committee? No. Who has mentioned committee?
All right, thank you very much. Right, Honorable Speaker. I go by the name Francis Kodzi, popularly known as Francis Kodzi. I'm the youth MP for Afram Place North, the majority leader of this house, and the currently nominated youngest politician of the year at African Nobles Award. Thank you very much.
Kekeli to the majority caucus.
I go by the name Victoria Harrison, Deputy Clerk.
Oh, yeah. Minority, I'm not romantic.
Okay, I'm Mensa Vanessa, acting as Deputy Clerk.
Oh,
My name is Cyril, the acting first deputy speaker of this August House.
Constituency.
Chobu constituency. Okay, so honorable, thank you very much, honorable members. I would like to take statements and petitions if there's any of this.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, and I guess I still remain Wanda Nicodemus Yamashi, youth MP for the good people of Anglo constituency, the only constituency which has produced the first president of the Fourth Republic of Ghana, in the person of, you all know him. Yeah. Mr. Speaker, throughout the week, my constituents, the good people of Anglo constituency, the Central Tongu, the North Tongu, the South Tongu, and then the good people of Keta constituency and any other regions. And then when you go to the northern sector, they also experience something of that nature as a result of the spillage of the Bagri Dam. I think my memory says it right. Mr. Speaker, I want to use this medium to send a heartfelt message to all the affected people within this constituency I've mentioned so far. Mr. Speaker, throughout the week, this constituent experienced this prevalent situation as a result of the spillage of the Akosua Dam caused by the Volta River Authority. Mr. Speaker, a lot of people's life has come to a halt. A lot of people's businesses, all they live for, has been in a temper. So what do you do then? It's been a tough decision to be taken for some time now by the Volta River Authority. What should we do to avoid the situation so that going forward we don't record issues of this nature? I recall in 2016, Volta River Authority experienced a total dryness of the Akosua Dam. And that later led to the Dumso, the power outage, in 2016. Now, if a whole authority can experience this issue as a result of 250 feet height of water that's supposed to be in the dam to keep the turbines running to produce the electricity, then what should the authority do? The VRA, what should they do in order to create another dam so that when there is excess spillage of 276 feet, because what caused the spillage is that when the spillage, the water level rises above 250 feet, then they have to spill it out in order to maintain the integrity of the dam, or else the dam will collapse. That's the simple terminology about the whole thing. So if there was a time that we experienced total dryness of the whole dam, how can't we have a reserve or reservoir so that when the dam has rising above the normal, then you spray that water to that side, so that it will not enter people's home, people's room, causing people's life to stand still. So, by this communication, I want to send this info to the Volta River Authority that please, you see, the annoying aspect is that they've not even given any, what do you call it? Those items that they used to wear. Relief items. Relief items, yeah. To these affected people. And we don't know, this authority actually care for the people around them. When it comes to Sojaman constituency, they face the same issue. When it comes to Central Tongu, North Tongu, Honorable Black was supposed to be there, then delivering all sort of relief items to these people. So what is the authority doing? Volta River Authority, what are they doing? So by this communication, I'm sending this info to them, that please, you are a reputable institution for this matter, and you've earned a lot of integrity over the years. So can they do something about this? And my message from me personally to you is that, can they create a reservoir in order to cause a spillage of excess water to it, so that when times of this nature come, it will not affect the people? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Members, please. Because of our time, we'd like to share some few comments about the issue under discussion. So please, Honorable Members, you can start the comments.
Share comments on the statement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The name is Akosua, MP for Akosua. I also just want to send some a message to authority. I realize that what is happening in Ghana currently, if the same thing is happening in a white man country, there will be a decision taken before these things will come up. And these people or this leadership, people who are in this leadership, are being given a lot of money, a lot of allowances. Most of them maybe get traveling allowances to reason to a certain level. So we plead with them to be thinking ahead before even this splitting
spillage
of the dam. We should think about the advantage and disadvantage before we even go ahead. But we can't just stand up here and decide to start what we want to start. Because people's lives are in danger. Snakes are biting people. People's assets are in the water. And government of Ghana cannot take up those damaged items. Already all of us are collapsed already. Now even trying to put up these buildings for these people, then what are we going to? So we are paying them high salaries, high allowances, traveling allowances, going to a white man country to reason like the white people. So we plead them to be proactive. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Member.
Alright, thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. Once again, I'm Hubert, the minority leader for this August House. Mr. Speaker, I would like to also add my voice to the few that have already spoken about this current matter under discussion. Mr. Speaker, looking at the videos alone, you are not there. Looking at the videos alone is very, very disheartening. Looking at a whole community, about 1,000 people in houses being submerged in the water, where you cannot even see the roof of those buildings. You can just imagine properties and lives that would have been lost, like if people are not even able to move out quickly. And we have to, this actually goes to the NADU. We have to stop this attitude of sharing oil rice and then these beverages to people, where a serious disaster has happened, and we feel like the people are hungry to the core of eating rice, on which we have to provide what? A place of abode to the people to sleep. You see, a various of after this, I'm speaking on authority that what people will be serious outbreak of what diseases will what come out of this. If you are not careful, if care is not taken. It's even before you even share the right, you could see that it took a longest time, like 3 days, 4 days, where honorable members came to speak on this issue, where they are already in the community, but NADMO is not even there to help the people. It's very, very heartbreaking to see your colleague, even though some communities, all their family members are residents of that community. So imagine something of this nature happen. Where will you go? You don't have churches, schools that what when things of such nature happen at times, the schools are what the places that you go and what rest or what a place that you can go and stay. Now those schools or churches also are you are under the water. It's actually heartbreaking, and I think our leaders must be up to that. Every day, the Ghana Meteorological Agency always what give us a proud notice that the rain will what come out what this time like this, to start like this, and then what we've seen that they've awarded them one of the best institutions, government agencies in the country recently. So why can the VRA take what a proactive measure based on what those statistics, and then we'll look at it that times to come like this thing will happen, and we take measures what to divert what the cost, what is happening currently to citizens of what Mepe, Aveime, and its surrounding down to what Ada East, and then what I've learned that the spilling will continue for the next 2 weeks. Imagine what will happen, and I don't think those places will be recovered. Maybe it will tend to what, let's say a lagoon or let's say another dam, another lake, frankly speaking, because some places based on the nature of the soil, it takes much time before what the water can what dry up. And you look at the number of times that what or months or what period that water will take what to sink before people can come back to what their various places and what live normally as they do. And houses have what collapsed. Where do we the current economic condition that we are finding ourselves? Where do you think somebody with what a rice farm? It's not even a large farm, just something small for the family. Where do you think he will start all over his life again? I think this is what a wake-up call to what the leaders of what we have there at the top. They should be active in doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, right honorable speaker. I go by the name Francis Kodzi. As a leader of the house, it will not be nice if I don't contribute to the current situation that our loved ones are going through. More especially the people of my hometown, the Amevor people, to the extent that they have to be going through some back and forth with their lighting system and all that. It is sad that even this is not only happening in the border region, it's moved all the way to the region where the people of Kwame Krom are also currently going through the same problem, Alavano and the rest. So it's a whole issue that we cannot talk about. And saying all these, I mean, since 2010, this spillage has not been done since 2010. I mean, the last one that was done was 1991 before 2010. Since 2010, this has not been done because actually there has been a serious dryness in the dam. So I believe that the leadership in their work did not actually think about the fact that at least you should give a brown notice to anybody around the border lake. Because this is not the first time this has been done. It has been done before, and you have seen the effect that it has had on the people. So I believe they should have given a prior notice to these people, and even they should work hand in hand with NADMO, looking at the fact that when we do this particular thing, this is the outcome. So they should have even given a prior notice to NADMO that all these relief items, like I heard that 400 canopies were distributed within the central and North Town. All these things are supposed to be in place before the spillage. But you know, an African power will decide that when I'm in a position, whatever I choose to do is what I do. It shouldn't have been like that. Nobody can question me. It shouldn't have been like that. Then also, as citizens and people, when these things are happening, it should give us an idea of where we put our buildings. It is very important that the town planning and all these people also look at these particular areas that are being affected and what is the cause and all that. So it will not only be an issue of GRA not doing their work well. Yes, they've not done their work well, but also let's look at the fact that So it should also be looked in the picture that the town planning can also look at what they can do next time so that our buildings can be in a position where on times like this we can be safe. And finally, I also want to urge leadership that it's like they're not doing anything because the rice that they are sending and all those things, and looking at the number of people that have been displaced. I mean, within about 5 communities, over 500 people have been displaced, and looking at the things they are sending them, I mean, it cannot be enough to them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Member. I should have taken a follow-up from Honorable Member, but I came to the majority leader, so you can now give us your follow-up.
Honorable Speaker in the August House. With all what they are saying, I beg to differ. Because looking at food, as my Honorable Member said, food is very, very important. So in these cases, I think NADMO or other agencies supporting the people with food, it's not bad, it's good. Now, my question here is, where were our authorities and those in power when the Water River Authority last month released a notice informing them that this is what is coming to happen? Where were they? It is not that VRA didn't inform the people. They informed the people, but they couldn't move. So those, let's say, honorable members in Parliament, the MPs who are there helping them now, where were they when they released these notices to them? Couldn't they go there, assess the situation, and find a higher ground for the people before the split started? Where were they? And we Ghanaians too, we like last minute things too much. They could have moved when the notice came. Or if they don't have anywhere to go, they could have started pursuing their assembly members through to the MC or DCs and to the MPs. But they couldn't take any action until this. Though, I'm not saying what has happened is a good thing, but let's change our lives. We shouldn't be last minute doers.
Okay, in conclusion,
we should act so that authorities should do the right things.
Thank you, Honorable. We take a follow-up.
On the note, VRA issued a notice last month before the split.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My name is Philip Akosua, and I rose for follow-up. And with VRA issuing a statement concerning it, my question is that where we move to? Let's say this person, whenever somebody is building at the wrong place, they go around and write on this So why is it that when VRA released this statement, it is their duty to move out? Because the question is that, as I'm also there, well, if I should just move, where am I going to? Where am I going to? So that's what we are saying, that government should make an arrangement. That's why I keep on saying that this thing that is happening, if it is the outside country, quite small country, there will surely be a preparation towards it. That's it.
Okay, so, please, can you make it very brief for us?
These municipal assembly people, they will go around, they will write notice, stop work, but they will go back and take bribe for the people and let them build over there. Is that called love? So please, if people are doing the right thing, they say don't build over here. Don't take bribe and allow the person to build. Sack the person. I'm sure if these measures are put in place from the people we are paying for the municipalities, we will not have this issue.
Thank you, Honorable Member. A follow-up from Honorable Member Brian Fixing.
What did you call me?
Right. Okay, thank you very much, Speaker Downs. My name is Cyril, the MP for Hubert. We're going to see that as commercial business are booming. So, Speaker, regarding to the starting matter discussion, we will explain this issue. I have my own reservation about it because every year they open it down, then it will displace the communities, rendering people homeless. Because if you knew that every year you open it down for the water, because per my knowledge on basic electronics, so if the water is above the machine, probably the whole system will be down. Then you have entire blackout. You can do yourself and you are even to the right. That's what I heard. Yeah, so if they knew that every year this will happen, then probably they should have done a provision for that. Yes, you gave me rice. Where should I cook the rice? I don't have a house. So at the end of the day, it's useless. So what I will advise is that if they know that every year they open the dam for this, then they should have compensated the people so that they will relocate them to a higher ground or where the runoff water. Because if you build at where the runoff water will pass, probably it will render you displaced. So they should compensate all of them, move them forward to a different location as well. So that at least if they should release the water, then probably to not displace anybody at all. Because yesterday I went to Akatsi south. When you go to the north, there's light on Friday because the water has invaded that place. The mortuary, they will call it for a person because the water has invaded the whole place. So if you have money, so what the ambulance for also means that if they convey someone from that place to another place, each other says, what if you are not prepared to do so? So this whole thing is becoming problematic. Do you get the point? So what I'm trying to say is that they should relocate all of them. Because next month, November, they will open the boundary, they will open the dam for Burkina Faso, and it will displace 4 regions, and everything will submit. So I think some of these things they should, because water needs to do. Sorry about that. If you are being displaced by water, by the time you come back, because of the water has saturated the soil, everything will break down. It will not be as strong as the way it used to be. So they should make provision for that. It's either they relocate them or they should channel the water to another place. If you go to the outside countries, they do underground water. It will stop. Please understand. So this is what I have to say.
Thank you, Honorable Member. A follow-up from our minority guys.
Alright, thank you. Quick one. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity once again. I'm Hubert, the minority leader for the Agbaxode House. Mr. Speaker, this subject matter and the discussion is a very delicate and sensitive issue. So if someone says, oh, they are sharing rights, I'm not saying sharing rights is something bad, but it shouldn't be our focus. Because basically, like, anytime disasters of what this nature happens, the first thing that we think about is what? Sharing rights. Now that the entire community, not that community alone, Mepe, Afram, Bato, its surrounding, down to what? Anoga, to what? Ada East, all that places have been submerged in the water. And looking at what? Our settlements in Ghana here, we know that our families always reside within what? One locality. So if you don't have anybody, where will you go and sleep? And my honorable member raised a sensitive issue where there is lighthouse and plants are also now in the water. So where would they get power to feed those mortuaries? And the cemeteries that if you go for your dead body, you have to go and bury the people. The cemeteries too are now submerged in the water. So where will you leave where will you leave your dead body? Where will you leave it? And looking at the topography nature of the entire community, whether you are at a high ground or low ground, still every place, every house is submerged. Even watching a story building, hotels that are watched, they are all submerged to not the first floor, to the second floor. So you look at how delicate, how sensitive this issue, and then before they will even locate people to different communities, it shouldn't be something close to their place of abode currently. Mr. Speaker, our leaders must be up in doing. We know that the meteorological agency communicated to us several times this time around this is how many hours the rain will last. And looking at the Bagri too, a rain lasted for 12 hours, which have collapsed most bridges and which made the community immoderable. You can't move around anywhere. Students cannot go to school. This is a whole issue which calls for a national attention. What the president is in a different country, not even speaking about it, talking about different matter altogether. Let's say our president, his attitude on certain sensitive issues is becoming next to none. Like his
Thank you, Honorable Member. I would like to take the last comment from. We are taking the last comment from my Honorable Member. Then I think that will be all for the statement and the discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. I respond to Adam MP for Ashaiman Constituency. The Speaker, what I'm afraid of is the aftermath. Because when you look at the toilets that are submerged. Yes. This is not a funny issue. This is not a funny issue. Because look at the diseases that people will get. That's my own, because the hospitals and the facilities that should help treat this kind of sickness are also submerged. People's life are in danger. But I want to correct a certain statement made by the minority leader. He said the president has not said anything about it. And I want to correct him. 2 days ago, there was a press release by the Ministry of Information that on the order of the president, they are setting up a committee, interministerial committee.
Come out and speak, not that you direct somebody.
Thank you, Honorable Member. I think what minority leader was trying to say is that you will remember during the COVID time, the president has been occupying and giving us information every now and then. So I think that is what the minority leader is trying to say, not setting up a committee to come and to resolve this issue. But then you should also hear from the president what are some of the things he's putting in place to resolve this issue. Honorable Member, please, I'm very sorry if I don't take your comment because of our time. Thank you very much. So, my last remarks on this, I would like to say that this issue is very is very sensitive. Okay, so we shouldn't be sentimental about this. Let's open our minds. Let's call for education, and let's know procedures in solving or resolving these kind of issues. Okay, because I think one way or the other, we are all being affected. Not looking at only them, but as a nation, we are being affected. So let's all look at it generally and come up with ways we are going to solve these issues. Thank you very much, honorable members. Honorable members, on this note, I'd like to hand over the chair to Honorable Speaker or Right Honorable Speaker of this House.
Honorable members, I want to thank the acting First Deputy Speaker for a good job there. Honorable members, due to time, I want to inform you, due to time, statements have now come to an end. There are no petitions, and we'll move on to the next item of the day, which is the report of the Committee on Selection. Honorable members, the Committee on Selection was created on the 12th of August 2023, made up of the leaders of the House, just some selected leaders, to appoint MPs to the 35 committees and one board of the entire House. So the committee ensured that at least over 95% of members were in a select committee and a standing committee, but at least each member is part of at least one committee. The report, I will only read out the leadership of each committee, but after the sitting, after approval, the entire list will be published, each committee per page. So I will now proceed. Parliamentary Service Board, the chairperson is Amegashie-Viglo, the speaker. The secretary is Cyril, Amevor, Clerk to Parliament. The majority leader, minority leader, UFP from Igbo, the marshal, and the deputy speakers. Appointment committee, chairperson, Deborah Nana Bacteria, first deputy speaker. Vice chair, Oliver Mensa Bedra. Ranking member, Godwin Kwashi. Deputy ranking member, Ruben Kwame Komlanta. Business committee, Francis Kodzi, chairman, vice chairman Wanda Jamisi. Ranking member Hubert Akosua, deputy ranking member Godwin Kwashi. Education committee, Eric Asante and chairperson, vice chairperson Elonkosi Haibo. Ranking member Solomon Umbori, deputy ranking member Ego Joseph. Entertainment committee, Bruce Julian Dagojo, chairman, vice chairman Divine Enyam Chewu, ranking member Makafiati, deputy ranking member Charles Adomu. External Affairs Committee, chairperson Bright Maunega Buku, vice chair Solomon Tete, ranking member Richard Amena, deputy ranking member Richmond Sekun. Finance Committee, Charles Mapo, chairperson, vice chairperson Christian Donko, ranking member Michael Asinyo, deputy ranking member Hilda Akaba. Health and Safety Committee, chairperson Idris Abbas, vice chairperson Hubert Akosua, ranking member Nelson Tei Waye Akute, deputy ranking member Eugene Boschi. Intelligence Committee, Hubert Akabode, chairman, vice chairman Godwin Kwashi, ranking member Francis Kodzi, deputy ranking member Wanda Jamisi. Organizing Committee, Elisha Kim Ake, vice chairperson John Serian Kumoji, ranking member Everlasting Anango, deputy ranking member Emmanuel Shelter. Petitions Committee, Mark Blaise Donovan, chairman, vice chairman Maunu Bansa Kwaku, ranking member Blaise Agoso, deputy ranking member Michael Kwesifiado. Privileges Committee, chairman Enoch Kwamisology, Vice Chair, George Righteous Keku, Ranking Member, Wanda Jamesi, Deputy Ranking Member, Owing Debwadi, Publicity Committee, Anam Kofi Kwansa, Chairman, Vice Chair, Comfort, Akubia, Ranking Member, Enoch Najo, Deputy Ranking Member, Selena Naduji, Special Budget, Ariasena Nwabudi, Chairman, Chairperson, Vice Chair, Paul Jeru, Ranking Member, Emmanuel Ata Abu, Deputy Ranking Member, Victor Dubi, Sports and Games Committee, Evans Gidi, Chairman, Vice Chair, Wondanuku Nani, Ranking Member, Sylvia Kwaku Aplade, Deputy Ranking Member, Kelvin Ransford Bedley, Standing Orders Committee, Chairman, Jones Amegashie-Viglo, Vice Chair, Dillis Ruben Azalo, Ranking Member, Kendall Elizabeth Monte, Deputy Ranking Member, Diana Bontu Conche. Welfare Committee, Faith Maju, Chairman, Chairperson, Vice Chair, Celestine Kumaga, Ranking Member, Magdalene Aduko, Deputy Ranking Member, Bridget Esenamikori. This is the leadership for all the 16 select committees, standing committees. Now to the select committees. Committee on Chieftaincy and Religion, Innocent Domeko, Chairman, Paul Kwashijikunu, Ranking Member. Committee on Defense and National Security, Chairperson Raymond Elikemato, Ranking Member Princess Lovia Tete. Committee on Democratic Governance, Chairperson Solon Kofi Komla, Ranking Member Kelvin Marina Kofi. Committee on Election Monitoring, Emmanuel Benofe, Chairperson Julius Agbaga, Ranking Member. Committee on Employment and Labor, Chairperson Julius Bansa, Ranking Member Basu Kwame Kadawusu. Committee on Energy and Petroleum, Chairperson George Odwe, Ranking Member Courage Valley. Committee on Environment and Protection, Chairperson Paul Udomen, Ranking Member Silas Daite. Committee on Food and Agriculture, Chairperson Enos Kwame Chobe, Ranking Member Gideon Kwesi Labi. Committee on Foreign Affairs, Chairperson Adamu Osman, Ranking Member Albert Gabis. Committee on Gender and Children, Chairperson Herita Padike Na, Chairperson. Ranking Member Virginia Esnam Gamet. Committee on Human Rights, Chairperson Samson Seshofia. Ranking Member Michael Dopo. Is it Dopo? Yeah. Dopo. Committee on Judicial Affairs, Robert Gaunu, Chairperson. Ranking Member Gabriel Ayipe. Committee on Lands and Natural Resources, Chairperson Samson Fianco, Ranking Member Mubarak Obama Idrisu. Committee on Legislative Affairs, Chairperson Aman Odina, Ranking Member Peggy Oglofe. Committee on Local Government, Chairperson Constance Adedinu, Ranking Member Joseph Mambia. Committee on Student Relations, Chairperson Courage Daniel Asedi, Ranking Member Theophilus Bini. Committee on Standard and Cost of Living, Chairperson Enoch Ado, Ranking Member Ujaya Ogunzimbe. Committee on Trade and Industry, Chairperson Manuel Bless Jando, Ranking Member Albert Kodzi. Committee on Technological Development, Chairperson Cyril Agbe, Ranking Member Vanessa Peace Asase. Honourable members, this is just the leadership and the full list to be shared after the adoption of the report. Honourable members, this is the report. Can someone move a motion for the adoption of the report of the committee and subsequent formation of the committees? After the report is seconded, we share comments before I put the question. Deputy Majority Leader, please move the motion for adoption of the report.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker and Ministers. My name is Cyril Wanda Kodimos Gamesu, Youth MP for Amevor constituency and Deputy Majority Leader of this exercise. Mr. Speaker, after going through the Committee on Select and the Standing Orders, I hereby move a motion for the adoption of the Committee on Select and Standing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Second, Deputy Minority Leader.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. I respond to the name Hubert Akbahode. I rise to second the motion moved by our Honorable Deputy Majority Leader that the Committee on Selection should be adopted as a working document for the House.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, before I can put the question, the motion is debatable. Honourable members, any comments on the motion? Yes, Honourable Adam Osman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker in the House. I just want to Adam Osman. You thank me for sharing one constituency. Mr. Speaker, when you look at most of the names you mentioned as their chairs and ranking members, Mr. Speaker, I can say for a fact, some of them have never stepped into this house. They have never stepped into this house. So what the assurance that given this mandate, they will work or they will perform?
Thank you very much. Honourable member, the condition we have given still holds. That is why from right after this sitting, we'll start publishing flyers of all the MPs till December. By January, if the person does not turn up, will be removed, and the leadership will be amended before the committee poster will come out. So if they still don't show up by January, their appointment will be revoked and the committee leadership will be changed. Thank you very much. Honourable Hubert, listen. Okay.
Thank you, Speaker in the House. My name is Marcelo. Yes, Speaker. I heard some people, their name. You and I will not show up. I don't know why you think they pay probably to bring them to the committee. I heard someone's name, and I was even like Agbaxode. That person will not show up. So, yes, it is good for the committee to remain commanded, other than bringing people who have to man the committee, and the committee, as if it should be dysfunctional. It's better the committee remain there without any human being attached to it.
Honourable, can we point out those people so that the correction can be made before adoption?
So, if you give me the list, I can put like a lot of them.
Okay, I think
because some people came today, and I heard you mention that about 4 committees, they are not here.
Okay. Thank you very much. Can you use your time to the...
Thank you very much. My name is Akosua. Honourable Kekeli is my mate from Poly, still my course mate at Master's level. The whole of last year, he has not stepped into Ghana. Only time I saw him was when we were doing inauguration. From that time, that's over. I don't know whether he has given permission or any other side. Did he get it? So a name like Celestine, these people, they are also done with school, they are gone. George. Me, I will mention it. They are all my friends. I have them now. They watch my stuff, watch their status. Yes. So Honourable Elikem number 1. I don't know why we keep on putting on 7. So please, let us not. This is a serious house. I'm not saying it's not serious. It's a serious position. Yes. But so let us not maybe friendship, co-founder. No. Other than that, his attitude will lead somebody else to go astray. Because we say that he has not been putted out. The whole of not step. So somebody can say, let me also do the same thing. It's my boss, may not go to class Saturday and Saturdays. So please, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Honourable Minority Leader.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. I respond to the name Hubert Akbahode. Okay, I would like to add my voice to the subject matter and the discussion. Okay, per what my honourable member believe Akosua said about Honourable Elikem Agbo. Frankly speaking, I have been in this house always for the second parliament, always. So the time that we always have, sometimes we have sittings here. I can quite remember not once, not twice. He has been here with us and he shared this view on dressing of what some honorable members, how they dress and come for sitting, and then what our lateness for sitting too. So I can say on authority that not only for the inaugural sitting that he came for, but if you want to say that what for the last year, for the 12 sittings that we've had, he has not been that consistent, that one could have been true. Okay, so the other issue that I will also add my voice is that these honorable members that you've mentioned now, their duties and responsibilities have been enshrined in the constitution that this and this they should do. So I think the only committee that we can say on authority out of the numerous one that they always have to task is what that of the privileges committee. Anytime that's what work is being given to them, they always have to task in them do, even though one or two members are not that what actual or punctual or normally don't partake in the activities of the committee. But I'm suggesting that what to get what the full participation of what all the committees being mentioned, the House can what suggest that we are giving this committee this task to go and what perform. So let me take privileges committee as a case study. If members are not being referred to the committee that will look at these members, call them, find out, do your findings and check what are the reasons why they are always absent. They don't come or they don't even send you any apology of what absent. Then we can what know that something has been given to them or what a responsibility has been given to them to perform, and then what they are not even able to do it. Some committees, until you give them work, they will not do. You will not see their functionality, you will not see their role anywhere in this house. So I think by doing that, it will even keep them up to task on what actually their duties and responsibilities are stated as stated in the Constitution. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me hear from the majority before I hear you. Okay, honourable members, these are last comments. We want to adjourn the House. So yes.
Thank you very much, right, Honourable Speaker. My name is Francis Kodzi Deku, Youth MP for Afram North. Mr. Speaker, it is sad. It is sad in the sense that, like the names heard, which the other side of the House has already stated that majority do not come for sittings. If the person doesn't come for sittings and we are giving such a person a leadership position, it means that that particular committee is going to be a dormant one for that matter. So I think there should be a reconsideration as we move into the next year, where we come in to finalize those who are actually going to be members of this House, because I believe January is going to determine that. So as we move into the next year, let's be reconsidering and then be looking at those things so that we can give position to people who can actually do the work, not just be given the title. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Honourable.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. You made mention of if we give the role and we'll take them out. But the question is that when we are doing forecasting, this time we are forecasting whether the bill will not do it. And we use past trends to forecast. And the people that we are wasting our energy to forecast on them, their previous performance wasn't good. So why do we put them to waste our energy again? Even if those committees are being dormant, if you as a leader, you must even be at a sitting. If other people who are members in the committee will not come at all, if you have leaders seated over here, it's okay. It speaks good of us. As a leader, it speaks good of us. So I'm pleading, as my leader was saying, me, I'll mention him, he's my friend. He Amegashie-Viglo. Did he get it? I think the last, second parliament sitting, I have said myself on 3 or 4 times. Yes. The time I have not seen him, I have not seen him. Yeah, he gets it. Even this our 8th sitting or so, the only time he came was that. Let us not be favoritism. That's what Honorable Stanley said was trying to talk about. He gets it. It's not good. This person doesn't attend. Let us not make good news, my friend. If you are listening, you are.
Honorable, for the records. It is inaccurate to say he does not attend. That was not Hubert's correct. That he was even at the sitting that we put out the MPs. And he came for the last sitting for the
okay, please.
So he's just not consistent, but it's not like he does not attend at all.
But so my issue is that such a person must not, we shouldn't trust our children or our committee in his hand. If anything at all, it should be a deputy. Because Elikem is a busy man. I know him very much. And you are giving him the leadership position. It means that we are directly saying that that place will not function very well. Because sittings, how many sittings does he attend? If he gets it, please let us really look at those things.
Well noted. Well noted. Honorable Francisco, the last comments and then we finish this business and we proceed to adjourn the House.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Based on my observation and the second Parliament, what I've realized is that most committees are dormant. They are dormant in the sense that, except I think is it the Select Committee and the Privileges Committee, and then these two, and maybe Business Committees, and I don't know about the Finance Committee. I mean, aside these committees that I've mentioned, the rest are like Nevis, audio.
Honorable, that is inaccurate because you know very well that the committees have been reviewed in the last Parliament.
Okay.
So if you go and check their functionality, it goes back to us to tax them. So when we tax them, they will work. And you know, one thing that contributes to the fact that we don't have adequate time for business is because we have so many guests. So even to me, I was even looking at the fact that the last 2 cities left in the year, we might not be having a guest, so that we can do real business and have more time to debate. It's already in mind. So we are going to test them before we can have full proof whether they are dormant or not. For privileges, until we give them job, they can't be like judicial committee. But some committees, their job is there. It's all about reaching out to them.
Okay. So my suggestion is that in this 10th Parliament, you know, it would be nice that, you know, just like the main Parliament where there are moments where we have committee meetings. I mean, the committees have been tasked with a whole lot of work. Then, if there are no works, it means that the committees are going to remain dormant. So it would be nice that the office of the Honorable Speaker look at all this so that each committee will be receiving their tax in that order so that we can all be active. And there should be a way that committees meet physically and discuss issues and all that. So that you can be giving them sitting allowance and stuff.
Thank you very much. In exception of the sitting allowance, well noted. Honourable members, that's the last comment on this subject matter. Honourable members, on this note, and at the conclusion of comments, I now put the question to the House that the report of the Committee on Selection be adopted. All in favour of the motion, say aye. Aye. Not in favour of the motion, say nay. Nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries. Therefore, all 35 committees in the Parliamentary Service Board are now accordingly constituted. Honourable members, please note the YIP contact to create your WhatsApp groups. No committee is to create any social media handle for them, not to go on Facebook or anywhere. The YIP contact will create the committees, add the members, and make the chairperson and ranking members administrators on all the WhatsApp pages. So please take note of that. Honourable members, I call on the leaders to help me tax the committees. I cannot do this alone. That is why I have you here. Youth Impact Parliament is not me alone. I need your help. If you feel this committee can do this, just WhatsApp it to me, Mr. Speaker, task this committee to do this. I'll refer the job to them after we have the discussion. So I'm calling on all of you, whatever job that you feel this committee can do, let them do it. Honourable members, in our post-inaugural orientation, we stated the duties of all committees. I want to refer all honourable members, now that I know your designations, the composition of the committees to be shared as a picture. We'll send it as a PDF on the main page. And when each of them are created, we'll share it as a picture. It will also be posted on Facebook so that you can see wherever you are. And please, those of you who have designations, start looking at what you can do. We need all of you for YIP to work. Some of the things you bring them, it might not go through, but some of them will go through. I recall Mr. Honorable Akosua chairing the Committee on Alumni Relations. He proposed, I've not forgotten, he proposed that YIP alumni should gather. Honorable, I want to assure you that it is in my mind, because as of then, we're not good enough to have a full alumni caucus. But right now, we are growing, and I think it's high time we can even create an alumni caucus. All former MPs will create a WhatsApp group for them, or even the former pages will refer to them and turn them to alumni caucus groups. And once in a blue moon, we could even have a version or a full arrangement get together like this for alumni of YIP. So I want you to know that whatever you tell me, it's not like I ignore it, it's in my mind. Okay, have my assurance on that. I need you all for this to work. Once again, Youth Impact Parliament is not me alone. And have my assurance. I stated that I will not be the speaker for the next parliament. Which is to say that I have not grabbed YIP that it must be my own. No. YIP is for all of us. And I will not be speaker forever. I'm serving my last term as Speaker of Youth Impact Parliament. And the majority that mentions some good ideas that will turn the 4 parliaments and bring your ideas. The 4 parliaments, I'm not going to lead it. And it's going to work. Because Youth Impact Parliament is not me alone. I already have the privilege of leading this establishment. And all of you are the YIP. So please, if you have ideas, tell me. Don't be scared of telling me. If my reaction is not friendly, it might be because I'm seeing a different idea. But let us still deliberate. Okay? It's going to work. So, honourable members, thank you very much. I'm grateful. Moving to item 40, on behalf of the entire House, I'm just going to rule that government humanitarian agencies and non-governmental organizations should prioritize breast cancer awareness campaign in the month of October. Honourable members, thank you very much for staying this far to the end of the sitting. Where is the majority leader? Motion for adjournment. Majority leader, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, whom my name Francis Kodzi Deku, Youth MP for Afram Place. Mr. Speaker, before I move the motion for adjournment, I want to once again remind the House of my nomination as the youngest politician in Africa at the African Nobles Award. So from 28th, voting is going to start. I'll need your vote to win that award. And also, in the pipeline where we always think about, like we are doing a breast cancer awareness, there's one of the critical things that all of us might probably be forgetting about. That is mental health campaign. I am organizing a very mega mental health campaign that will be coming up soon, where we want to teach people how to keep their minds healthy and fit under the theme, a healthy mind is a productive person. A healthy mind A mentally healthy man is a productive man. Thank you very much. So I would like all of you on board as we prepare towards that vision as well. I hereby move the motion that the House be adjourned until the next sitting. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Seconder.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I respond to the name Hubert Agbaxode, the youth MP for Akatsi North, and then the minority leader for this August House. Mr. Speaker, before I proceed to second the motion for the adjournment, I would like to plead with you that the individual posters that you will be doing, I'm pleading with you. If a member has not taken his or her oath, that person does not deserve that poster. Or you came for only the inaugural sitting. You should be circumspect in some of these things, because we all can attest to the fact that Honorable Amano raised an issue that was in the previous parliament. Someone that even couldn't come for the inaugural sitting always posting this poster, carrying himself, honorable, but you are not even coming to what transact business with us here. We shouldn't just use the YIP name to just take posts for taking sake. No, I strongly disagree with that. Okay, so the YIP is here to groom us to know our what social norms and what traditions and whatsoever. So this is a learning platform for all of us to what? Learn. You learn, you unlearn what and relearn. So when you stand up and you are about to mention your name, let's say, I can't say Agbaxode Hubert. No. You mention your first name first before your surname. Let me use my majority leader. You stand up and said, Francis Kwame Kodzi Deku. Which one is your surname? So the Kodzi should always come at the last. But when you are writing, you can write your surname, you can bring comma before your other names follow. So it's just a learning platform for us to learn. If my second management students, they can attest to the fact that that's how it's been done. All right. Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, I rise to what? Second, the motion that this August House stand adjourned till the next sitting. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, before I put the question, may I announce to the House that Youth Impact Parliament has been nominated for the Youth Association of the Year by the Voter Youth Awards. And that is for us to vote. We can publicize so that we get the vote. We have been nominated with Voter College Foundation. Yes. And for me, I would have preferred that this thing is done anyway. If you think we are doing well and we deserve an award, give it to us. Don't let us vote for an award. Personally, I don't even do that. If you send me posters to vote, I won't do that. So I'm very relaxed about sharing this thing. If you think we deserve the Youth Association of the Year, give it to us. Don't tell us to go and vote. Yes. So for me, that is why we only shared it once on our social media. We will not really have it because we feel if we deserve it, give it to us. Don't let us waste our money for you to get your points. That is why in Youth Impact Parliament, we do worry about when we see your work. We don't tell you to go and gather money for us to give you votes. So that is my opinion, but they have seen what we have done and they want us to publicize them small. So we'll give them that benefit of the doubt. But for me, I won't vote. Oh, I stated that if you think we deserve it, give it to us. Don't let us contest for it. Don't let us contest for it. Yeah, so the flyer is out. I'm aware that is it ending of October to do the awards. In the case that, so in that case, at the end, if we only have 5 votes, we'll go and see whether they give it to us or not, because we need their own votes. But if it's 5 votes, we'll go and see. If we win, all of us will go. If we don't win, we move on. We move on with our business. Yes. But for Honorable Francis Kodzi, he has made a personal plea that we vote for him. So if you love him, vote for him. If you love him, vote for him. For me, I'm not sure I'll vote. Maybe I'll give him chop money and use that to vote. Because I don't do that. Frankly speaking, I don't do that. Yes, because I believe if someone deserves an award, give it to him. Don't let him buy. It's like buying an award. It's basically bribery. Yes. If he deserves it, give it to him. Don't let him go. Yeah, so that is it for the attention of the House. The second announcement is the activities in November are likely to be plenty. It is very possible that our sitting might be virtual. In the case that the mock sitting will be held, that is something that we have to plan for as a house. We have to rehearse for it. And if we are given the opportunity to host, we have to rehearse for it. In the case that we will go to Parliament in November or at worst December, we have to prepare for it. So I don't know how activities will be in November, but I will surely sit. But if we sit, it might be virtual. 80% virtual, 20% physical. That is for the information of the house. And if it will be virtual, it will be during the weekdays at 6 p.m. and then we'll do our business. Yeah, so I just want to inform honorable members. From here, the first thing that we are going to do is to publish the flyers of the leaders. The leaders are going to have their flyers published from now to the November sitting. And then all honorable members from the November sitting to the December to Christmas, that is when we publish their flyers. And the committee flyers will be from SA. That is the timetable for the flyers. Yes, and Honorable Hubert has made an appeal that if someone has not taken this oath, it does not deserve. So, the virtual sitting, if it happens, is an opportunity for them to take their oath. If the person misses the virtual sitting, he is not serious. He does not deserve our attention and will not hesitate to save him. I keep on saying that all of you here, it's not like you don't have anything. At worst, it's breast cancer awareness. You can sit down and be massaging one. And be. Yes, you are here. You are here. You are here. So, please, as Dr. Benin has always been reiterating, they are not taking us serious. So, if you are lucky and we hold a virtual sitting in November and they still don't come, we will not hesitate. We will not hesitate at all. Regardless whether you are chairman or whatsoever, we will not hesitate to do that. So that is for the attention of members. The November sitting is likely to be virtual, but December will have to sit. December will have to sit. My last announcement is, you know very well that in 2024 we are highly likely to start the bicameral legislature. We'll be forming the Senate. So we always start, any parliament that will start, we start with a pilot parliament. So there will be 3 pilot sittings in 2024. And for the pilot parliament, all the members will just be handpicked to test how the Senate will work. So if you are interested in being part of the Senate, please inform me. We are working on the Senate. 2025 in January, the first Senate will be inaugurated. And we stated that the Senate is 2 years, and they only sit once a quarter. Yes, and the Parliament will be 1 year. The Parliament will keep on. The Parliament structure will not change. The only thing is that when the Senate is in session, we will have not less than 2 joint sittings in a year. And when there are joint sittings, the President of the Senate and the Speaker of Parliament will preside together. It's going to be wonderful. And I know that when that happens, all the other parliaments will be like, if the part of the crowd, what is going on with them? Let me be frank with you. The other parliaments, someone proposed regional parliaments. The regional parliament idea not work. If model parliament now is merging the regional houses, 4 houses joined together. Like today, they have Deku, Volta, Easton, yeah. Because the regional parliaments are here, it's very hard to manage. That is why we decide that we are doing international branches. And for our Ghanaian branches to be bicameral. And we are putting all our energy into one branch, one chapter. And it's going to work. Not having various chapters because someone wants it to be heard. No. We are putting all our energy in one. Let's focus on one and do it well. And likely we'll be having 2 chambers. So please, if you are interested in being part of the Senate, draw my attention because we are putting things in place for that one too as well. So we'll hold 3 pilot Senate sittings in 2024. And January 2025, the Senate will be inaugurated. As I said, the Parliament, the calendar does not get distracted. So in August 2024, the 4th Parliament will be inaugurated. In August 2025, the 5th Parliament will be inaugurated. In August 2026, the 6th Parliament will be inaugurated. That is the structure. Youth Impact Parliament goes. And the Senate, January 2025, 1st Senate, January 2027, 2nd Senate, January 2029, 3rd Senate. It goes on. Wherever we go, Youth Impact Parliament will continue to move with new faces. Yeah, so that is for the information of the House. Why YIP will go far?
Sure.
And we'll move. The state that we are moving, people are sure. May I state again that whatever we are doing is no joke. And I want to thank all of you who are committed to it. Like joke, someone is seeing what you are doing here and he will recommend you. He will say he has been seeing Hubert on camera. The guy is good. That is how you get a recommendation. Because someone needs to see you in action before he can recommend you. And that is what we do. We are posing you to the future. That is why we don't joke with our flyers. Because the flyer is an opportunity for you to what? Outdoor yourself to the world. Now this is what you are doing. If they see your poster, they'll come and check what? Proceedings. So those people who are doing that, he said you are MP, you are sharing poster. Show us what? Your statements in the house, nothing to show for. You are making a fool out of yourself. It's not why that you are fooling though. You go explain and you go tire. It's not why that you are fooling. Because you are saying you are youth MP, but you have not attended this meeting before. You look foolish. Forgive my words. You look foolish. Yes, honourable members, it's going to work. On that note, I now put the question to the House that this House do adjourn to our sitting in November. All honourable members in favour of the motion say aye. Aye. Not in favour of the motion say nay. Honourable members, the ayes have it, the motion carries. Therefore, this House do now stand adjourned to our sitting in November.
What just happened? They are complaining about it.